Bale?
Oh,
that's Gareth Bale.
It was Gareth from Asensio.
Oh man, I remember one time. Like
people were harping on him for not scoring.
We're freshmen, and there was like 11 of us who came in, and like freaking coach was pissed, dude. Ed, absolutely pissed, because he organized this event and stuff like that. That was supposed to meet up and like pick up like the wood in the ice arena, because the alumni converted from a hockey rink into a basketball court, whatever. And this guy was tight, man. I always remember this quote. He just like brought us all into his office. And he was like, "You know what? I'm tired of you guys. You make me look like a cunt." And everyone just started dying laughing.
Still laughing?
Yeah. He was
guys are
pissed.
animals.
I know he was pissed. Oh, we had us
animals.
doing sprints for days after that, bro.
Oh my
had us
God.
doing sprints for days. So I'll never forget that quote.
What was it in reference to?
In not doing work, he just organized us. We were like supposed to help out some charity thing, pick up.
But no one showed up.
Were you here when I told the story?
There was no context.
Resell it.
There was no context. You're talking about getting stuff together, some alumni thing. Now I understand. So you guys are just dicks.
Pretty much.
Yeah, straight up dicks.
That'll make him look good, bro. We left him hanging high and dry.
There really nothing worse, man, than when people expose you like that, because then it comes on you. Everything falls on you. It's like, dude, this guy sucks. It's like, dude, my guys didn't show up. Now I look bad.
Now, did you guys?
Man, we're all hungover, man. We were going to that.
Did you actually laugh in his face when he said it, or did you guys wait a little bit?
We waited a little bit. We looked around, and then there was too much eye contact. So we like laughed.
And you're laughing in front of this guy who's completely serious.
Yeah, well then after, you know when like you laugh in front of coach and he's like, "I'm serious," and then everyone like tightens up after.
Yeah.
But after the meeting, we're dying, bro. We're dying.
Either way, he lost the locker room.
He did.
Yeah, that's called losing the locker room. You're right. Speaking of losing the locker room, Klopp
Losing the plot. Losing the Klopp.
Losing
the plot.
How?
The Klopp plot.
Hey man, so I was
Lost.
taking a nap, dude. Ever since that 4-2 spunking you got from Roma. Where's he at?
5-2, 4-2.
No, it was even before that.
Yeah. So,
It was-
did I say
Yeah,
4-5?
no,
It was
you're
before that.
Right.
It was West Brom. And
Yeah.
Salah did get a little knock, but look, at the moment, I think it's
Salah.
the big thing.
Wait, real
It's-
quick. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Just
Bam.
Go
No, no.
ahead.
Second
Yeah,
pool.
I mean, realistically, right now, Liverpool, I think they have one eye on Champions League and
Two
one
eyes.
eye.
Whispering eye.
Yeah, they do have the whispering eye going on. Look,
Sound
it's just
cockeyed.
tired games at the moment as well.
Brown eye.
So it's a little bit of being tired, a little bit of just looking ahead towards the finals.
So many flat tires right there, dude.
The
bus just keeps rolling. The bus just keeps rolling.
Dude, it's like speed, man. You can't go below 60. Let's just keep pushing.
Signing of the year, Olivier Giroud. This man.
This dude finally getting some respect on his name.
What's with him hugging David Luiz though? What's
Dude, that
all that
was
about?
super weird,
They're
right?
going out, dude. They're dating. Let it be. Let it be.
You know what? It's 2018. Hashtag
not?
me too.
Why not?
There've been no openly gay footballers that we know about.
Yeah, not at this.
Yeah, there have.
level. There was one who came out.
In the 90s, there was a dude. Don't ask me for names.
See what I'm saying?
But dude, I know it. Like,
Wasn't there an American player? as
Yeah,
well?
An
from the
American
Galaxy.
guy, and then he
Was
retired.
Was it Parker or something? He's like right
Oh.
back or left back for Galaxy.
I thought he was. I thought he was a center mid, but
Bolton.
whatever. Either way.
Yeah.
No. I understand what you're saying. There's been no like premier, like top 50 player to come out and say it.
Conspiracy theory.
Olivier could be the first. We have faith in him.
Oh,
Anyway,
I got to
great
check
goal
this.
by him, though, man. Like, this is why the guy's in the team. This is why I rate him. Huge physical presence. One of the best headers of the
man.
ball in Europe.
Absolutely.
Was it 20?
6'5", 210, 220. He's a beast.
Dude,
Put it in the box. Put it on his forehead.
And he's kind of nimble for a guy that big.
Very
he's not
dude.
nimble, but like for
flicks.
6'5", flicks are on. Flicks are always
Head
on
flicks,
with him, dude.
side flicks with the foot.
Yeah.
I always told you,
I
man,
know-
his layoffs, he's got one of the best. He's one of the
Dude,
best at holding up and laying it
You
off.
play off him.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the team.
He's
I don't
an
know why
old
Arsenal,
school center forward.
Arsenal refused to play off him.
And that's why they have Hazard behind him now playing central, and this is number 10, almost like a shadow.
Like underneath
forward.
him, you mean?
Sorry, underneath him. So like, Giroud gets the ball, lays it off to Hazard, and off they go. And they did it a couple times. This game was a bit of a stalemate, though. It wasn't.
Dude,
Liverpool was trying, but like there were no clear-cut chances. It was kind of like a game between the two final thirds.
two things. Salah was off in this game. His first touch was off. I'm not sure if he's still carrying that groin injury or if it's just more mental and they're focused on Champions League. And then the second thing is, when Eden Hazard plays the way he did in this game, he's a top 10 player in the world. my issue is that he doesn't have the consistency to play like this.
So it doesn't
he was
make
the
him
best player
top
on the
10.
pitch.
because
So
he's
therefore he's not
he's
top
a
10.
dude.
He's not-
Like if you see, like you know how people are off the field by how they play on the field. This dude is just selfish. He's a selfish man. The way he plays the way he plays the game is selfish. I'm not gonna work for you, Jose. I'm not gonna work for this guy on the field. I want the ball, or else I'm not working. That's his mentality. That's what I see when I see this guy play. When he plays, when he's on fire, dude, no one can. He's top 5 in the world when he plays the way he should play. You know, he's got moves like Zidane. He's got the speed of Pedro.
He was literally unstoppable in this game. Like, just on the ball. There were times when he was dribbling when he shouldn't have, but he still wriggled away. Body control's amazing.
I think he's top 10 strongest in the EPL on the ball. Like Salah kind
Center
of
of
strength where
gravity.
he doesn't look it, but those thighs, man. He falls all the time because,
Hey,
like, what's the
those thunder
point?
thighs.
What's the point of, battling 38 games, getting fouled? I think he was the most fouled player in the league last year. Like,
Stays getting hacked.
He's hacked all the time, but people see him as a soft player because there are times when he goes down soft. But if you guys are
you're getting
doubting this
tackled,
man's strength,
Yeah.
go see him last season against Francis Coquelin
I was gonna
when he
say.
ran from half.
Well, let's say, man,
Just-
Coughlin's gonna get embodied by everyone. Like honestly, man, from Europa League finals.
but that one
to
was like a
Hazard.
tackle from
Dude,
behind.
dude, in the Europa League, he got bodied.
But that was still strength.
You
dude.
see that
was
game?
Still a feat. No, I didn't.
Not surprised.
He got the ball over the top.
surprised.
Ball over the top. First of all,
Yeah.
bounces. I mean, he got bodied again, man. This guy stays getting bodied.
For
As
real,
a center back.
That's a
dude.
sad
nowhere,
career,
bro.
bro.
And dude, as of a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, man, I thought this guy was playing proper.
Like a
he was a
prospect,
proper
yeah.
center back. He was legitimate. You
You
put him
said
next to
D-mid.
a leader.
He was just always a scrappy guy, effort guy.
Koscielny?
Oh, I thought you
No,
were
no, I was talking
Coquelin.
about Coquelin.
Yeah, I thought you were
Oh.
talking about Coquelin.
Coquelin,
Koscielny.
Yeah, Koscielny did get
I
bodied,
know,
but
Koscielny stays getting
look,
bodied.
he's not. Nah, he doesn't
done.
stay getting bodied.
He has,
The
dude.
last-
This last 2
season,
years, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's been...
Since the Europa
He's-
League final, we got knocked off his chair by fucking what's his no name from Portugal.
Hey there with the winner.
I'm bringing up the oldest shit right now.
What do you
It's
mean
relevant.
relevant? It's the most recent major world
Arsenal's not
tournament.
relevant right now. It's talking about Chelsea, Liverpool. All right.
Talking about coast.
Ah, damn, man.
Has to being so quiet.
No,
over
no, no,
there.
okay, so-
no. You're not being quiet. You are
Dude,
being
by the way,
quiet.
Trent started in midfield. Not a bad game. Liverpool depth is so
Shite.
thin right
James
now.
Well, it is.
Milner coming up, limping a little bit. He stayed in, but you guys should be concerned.
There are a lot of concerns because of so many injuries. I said last episode or the one before that, just because of the 2 Champions League games ago, they had Wijnaldum only on the bench, and then with Ox going down, it looked like they're going to have 0 midfielder subs going into the second leg. Just to recap real quick, Liverpool have not lost to Chelsea before this since January 27th, 2015.
It's impressive.
That's
Well,
pretty good.
They won a lot of trophies in that time span.
No, I understand. I understand.
Bang, bang.
But when it comes, would you rather be in the finals of Champions League or win FA Cup?
I'd rather win a trophy, honestly.
Honestly,
If you
I
make
would-
the
I'd-
final, like this.
No.
No one
The
would-
question
would-
would be losing in the Champions League.
No, that's fine.
Obviously,
I would. I'd
Obviously,
rather
you'd
lose in
rather-
Champions League final than win an FA Cup. Yeah, totally.
You don't attract players doing that.
Yes, you do.
Nah, look at Dortmund.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
look at
look at
Juventus. Making
a lot of
making
Madrid
a final
does.
is impressive. Yeah, but not the premier talent that
Look,
let
you
it
may
come
attract
against shit.
some players, but
But not
it's about winning
premier.
trophies
Look at
at the end of the
Atletico.
day.
Well,
isn't it?
what did Alexis Sanchez do? You won so many FA Cups with him, and yet he still left. They're not going to teams because they win the FA Cup. Let's be honest.
I
Like,
get
no,
that.
let's be
but
real
at
right
the
now.
same
Saying
time,
that. But like Tottenham, if Tottenham had won an FA Cup, it would do miles for them. You know?
But if they
Like,
made it to the Champions League final and lost, that would do better for them.
I don't think so.
I really
not
do.
right now. Not with them in a drought. For a team like United, maybe.
I
For
think
a
it's
team
close.
like City,
I think it's close, but at the end of the day, I think it's about the glory. It's about hoisting up that
it's about
trophy.
opening a
Look,
trophy
Leicester-
cabinet and adding something every year.
Yeah.
Leicester won the league title 2 years ago. Then everyone flocked to that team because I mean, I know it's an extreme example, but were they going to repeat the year after?
Never.
You know, if Man U go win the league, all right, I'm going to go. They're winning league titles. They're probably going to win the next year. I'll go there. You know, if I thought to go make it Juve, I mean, they've been back since, but like the Chelsea final.
See, I think league is different.
Yeah, league
Like,
is totally
think
different. I said
we're
FA Cup.
Comparing
Yeah, league
FA
is
Cup
different,
and Champions League, and that's why I say it's close because we do look at the FA Cup as more of a secondary trophy, maybe
It is.
tertiary trophy. Yeah, you like that vocab?
No.
But in terms
Not
of the
even a little.
Champions League final, it's about holding up the trophy.
Yeah, but
bus.
losing
It's
in a
about-
Champions League final. It's
Yeah.
not about
It's not about winning.
the like.
Hey guys,
like,
I went to the dance by myself, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if you
I'm
win the
going
FA
next
Cup,
year again.
but if you're
By
going to the
myself.
Champions League final, you struck out at the high school prom. If you're winning the FA Cup, you're just going to like an elementary school, like
At least
swing-
you get it in, though.
How we get
So
so
what I'm saying is
bro.
the FA
Keto
Cup,
for it.
FA Cup is so
Little
much
KT
less than
over here.
Champions League.
Hey, you didn't have to go pedo.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's get it
Still
back
got it
together.
in.
He brought up the dance. I just figured
Yeah,
like
man, there
school
wasn't
dances.
there wasn't much to this game. The major story here is that Chelsea is now
Yeah.
back in the conversation for top 4. Couple
2
weeks
points out.
ago, yeah, a couple weeks ago they were absolutely out of the discussion. Managed to string together some results. They're 2 points behind Tottenham. Tottenham has a very friendly goal difference though, so essentially, if Tottenham ties, they should be okay.
Just one shout out here. Got to shout out Sadio Mane. I thought he was Liverpool's best player. Yeah, maybe should have put some
Coward.
shots into the corner. But all right,
He's-
Liverpool
he's
still has that
he's-
second
He's
threat.
come back into form on the last
Yeah,
month
he
or
is.
so.
Mm.
Finally got his head straight. Although he did miss a shitload of chances against Roma, which almost cost him in the end.
Yep.
But I'm surprised that Woodburn didn't get any burn
I know.
in this game instead of
No pun intended.
I know. But like Alexander Arnold, I don't know why he's jamming people into the midfield. You know,
He's got.
Struggles got no
Woodburn.
bodies.
Look, with Mane,
Woodburn's nice, man.
He's not a midfielder.
Sadio Mane is an
And it's
interesting
Chelsea
type of player.
over Wenger.
If when he's just changes a
Is it?
slight little thing, he can get 1, maybe 2 goals a game, and he looks outstanding. This type of game, yeah, he looks good, but the finishes, I mean, he got that that little toe poke at Courtois. He missed the net a couple times. He got what was it, like the first 30, 40 minutes. He got caught up by Conte. Conte had that nice slide tackle when he was going head to head versus Cahill.
Yeah, but he was active, no?
But it's just one. Yeah, he was. But at the same time, that's separating a Sadio Mane who's a pretty good player and good player for EPL. And if he does score those chances, he's looking at like a top tier EPL player.
Look, it's a very fair point. Obviously, Huss agrees. Sadio did play very well, but he's saying Sadio to get to that next level, he's got to bail out Salah when Salah's not there. When Firmino doesn't show up, he had opportunities in Roma. Should have had maybe a hat trick against Roma.
He should have.
he missed
and
2,
this
then
game-
Salah came and did the same thing basically.
And
He needs
this
to
game as
improve
well.
his
So, like
finishing.
we're saying, if
take it to
Liverpool
the
wants to
next level.
constantly make it into Champions League quarterfinals, semifinals, Sadio Mane's finishing has to improve.
You know what you do? You sign Willie Zaha and you get someone to go off the bench for.
It's not bad.
You know,
man.
you rotate those in and out. Who's ever in the best form?
It's not bad.
Speaking of, I just want to touch on Chelsea's starting 11 for real quick. Home team, Courtois, back 3, midfield: Alonso, Bakayoko, Kante, Fabregas, and Moses. And then only attacking players: Hazard and Giroud.
Very narrow too.
Cesc,
It's
maybe.
it's the Conte method, man. Always playing with defenders and holding midfielders.
sure, man.
It's horrible.
And Liverpool had no ideas though. It's very similar to Jose.
It's tough
man,
to break
except
down.
It's a different formation,
Yeah.
but it's very similar to what Jose does. It's
But
basically
dude-
a 5-4-1 defense.
But you don't play
Back it
Willian.
in.
You keep Willian on the bench, and
Yeah,
I bring
that
this
was-
up because there were transfer rumors of a straight up swap,
Straight
which
swap.
is bullshit
Yeah.
between Willian and
Martial.
Tony Martial.
Oh.
That
That was
would
an
kill
awful
me.
trade.
Awful.
That's an.
Ooh.
I love
Awful.
Willian, but he's
Me
old.
too.
He's
Yeah.
win
old.
now.
He's still in
He's win-
20s,
No,
but
let's-
he's older.
Let's buy him.
He's
let's
win
just
now.
buy him. Let's buy him.
And Martial's
Not
going to
trade him.
leave.
Dude,
Dude,
Get him out of
Willian's
league.
29 years
send him on
old.
alone.
You know, he's getting up there. He's still a G. I love
Me
Willian.
too.
I
But
just-
yeah, not a swap deal.
I don't want to let
Hell no.
Huss off the. Yeah, we don't want to talk about this game for too long, but what did you think of Mo Salah's dive?
Oh, thank you.
Big sigh.
Thank you.
Big sigh.
You know how I'm not a big fan of diving,
Mhm.
but that's the
He didn't-
first
he
one
didn't- he
that I
didn't see
can
it.
remember. So it's not like he does it all the time. So I kind of give him a
Let
pass.
him off the hook.
No,
Give him a
no.
pass.
No, I'm only
Here we go.
Get off the bus.
No. It's one of those things where that's why I'm saying that it's looking like these players have tired legs because early on in the game,
no
instead
doubt,
of having
yeah.
a nice first touch and running that ball down, which he has been doing all year, he had a bad first touch and then I got away from, and then he, instead of running the ball down, he went for the dive. It almost is like a midfielder who, instead of trying to work the ball in, just take a shot from 30 yards out because again, tired.
I just
So-
love it how when it's a different
No.
team, that's the first thing on your docket. It's the first thing you
No.
gotta say. Oh my God, Ashley Young dive. Oh my God, what
No.
a dive. This is that.
As,
Salah,
as
your
I
best
just
player
as
does
I just
it,
told you,
and
as
then
I
it's-
told
and
you,
then
I
don't even-
did.
You weren't even gonna bring it up.
As I told you, I was not a big fan of it. But again,
How
out of
diplomatic.
What a
all
pass.
out of all this entire time, have you seen Salah dive at all
No,
before
I
this?
haven't.
That-
All-
I haven't.
hey,
It's besides the
I've
So-
seen him go down easy.
No.
It's just the next step now.
No, but I've
now he's
also
full
seen
out
him
diving.
I've also seen him work off of getting hit and keep going towards goal.
All right.
He's not a stereotypical diver.
So it's not like he got pushed in the shoulder. Hey,
hypocrisy.
it's not like he got pushed in the shoulder and held his face and went down to get Sergio Roberto a red card.
We'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
Oh my God. Man City 0, Huddersfield 0. The champions officially crowned. They won it a few weeks ago, but we got to sit there and stew while they celebrated being the 2017-18 Premier League champions.
Whoa.
Dude, massive applause to Huddersfield. Looks like they might have guaranteed safety. Absolutely awful run of games they have. City
to get a point for
Chelsea,
City
and
was
Arsenal.
huge.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
dude. The last time City gave up a point at home was against Man United, April 2017. So, very, very impressive feat by Huddersfield, and what a way to stay up, man.
They're sitting in 16th now, 3 points above relegation, 2 games left to play. So
This is
technically, by the numbers, still not relegated. But my oh my,
I feel like this was more of a City loss than it was a Huddersfield draw, because when it comes down to, I know that City drew and not lost, but they had so many chances and they just missed the post. They just missed by 6 inches, maybe a foot, and on a normal day, at least one of those goes in.
For sure. And De Bruyne got pulled out early, in my opinion. I don't even think he should have come off. This was a type of game where you needed a genius like that. Obviously, they brought on Gundogan, who's also a bit of a genius himself. But De Bruyne can take left or right foot shots from distance.
Hussey and I were talking. What was the debate last night we had? Talking about defense. And you were saying Kevin De Bruyne was not as good as who at defending?
There we go, Huss getting called out, bro.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
Was it 2 midfielders?
No, but you know what? We'll have to come back.
It was probably Salah or something.
No, we'll have to come back to that. But I forget.
He was doubting. He's like, Kevin De Bruyne is not that good at defending.
No,
That's
because he
verbatim.
No, because he took the ball off. I think Salah or something like that. Or he ran him down. He ran down Salah and then took the ball off. I'm like,
Dude,
come on.
The guy
he's not that fast, and
he does that in real life.
You're telling me Kevin De Bruyne
It's not FIFA.
ran down Salah.
Dude, he gets stuck in. Maybe not Salah, but that's FIFA, bro. I'm talking about real life.
Yeah.
KDB. The guy does box to box.
But last night we did find another member of the Name
Oh my
11.
God, yeah.
He's on the Cameroon national team. His name is Yaya Banana.
No way, dog.
I swear. I was like, Al, look at his name. Look at his name.
That's awesome.
Yeah, banana. That's great. Yeah, City end up celebrating after this game.
So salty, man, to see that.
Company's last
Baby
game.
blue.
Company out this year. I think he should walk away, man.
Walk away? Why?
His body can't handle it, man.
He should go down and join Jim
Unless he
John
wants to be
Terry
the-
down in Aston Villa.
Unless he wants to be Michael Carrick and just kind of chill in the peripheral.
I think that's what he should be.
keep going,
dude.
man.
Just
Keep
keep
going.
going. There's a project here. This is his dynasty. This is his legacy. This is what we'll remember him for. For him to leave here and go anywhere else, he could probably be successful, wherever he goes, assuming his body stays with him. But why not stay, man? Pep respects you. The crowd when they announced his name.
I'm saying I don't think he can keep up with the demand. That's all I'm saying.
Play half the games.
I think he
Just be a
goes
leader, background
one more
staff.
year for the big reason of next game. They said they're going to make a whole big deal about Yaya Toure. And then next year, they'll make one about Company.
And then Aguero.
And then after that will be Aguero. It's almost like seeing out the founding
Aguero
fathers.
staying there for
Aguero's
3
gone
more
this year.
years.
He's gone.
But
Aguero might
I
be
do
gone
see that
this year.
plan.
I mean, I bring up Company. He didn't even play this game. He was in the reserves.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny Stones made a kind of a long-awaited return to the starting lineup. Got subbed out anyway, but
Yeah, I got a little knock.
I mean, he was brought in high hopes for Man City, and end of their first year winning a title. I mean, he didn't feature at all, hardly all year since October, November, since the fall, and they ended up winning the title. So
Yeah, he was.
what does that tell you?
He was saying after the game, they were obviously interviewing the players, and he was like, I was talking to Kyle Walker, and we just hugged, and he said, "This is why we came to this club." So he sees it, man. He sees how lucky he is to be developing under Pep. Pep last season or earlier in the season came out and ferociously defended him. He was making mistakes and stuff, but he said, to play my system is such a high demand that most people
It's
can't
stressful.
do it. The fact that he's 22, 23 years old in my system is impressive, and you guys should chill out. So
Look at PK, man. PK was like 19.
yeah, man.
Not a problem playing
And
in
this
that
dude
system.
had 15 starts, 2 subs, so he played half the games. I think he got injured too, so it was a bit of injury and being off form, being dropped. But Man, Stones is one for the future, especially
absolutely.
defenders.
Absolutely.
You gotta give him time.
Hey, man, but people washed out of City before.
Yeah,
For
sure, man.
We'll see what he's made out of. But yeah, Huddersfield, Wagner, your boy Hussey,
Genius, man.
getting it done. Mooney, no points.
Sad.
Fancy
man.
points.
Enough of that ugly shit. Arsenal 5, Burnley 0.
Hey, they
Battle
finally showed
for
up.
sixth place.
Oh, y'all were popping all that shit. Oh, Burnley's gonna finish above
There's
Arsenal.
always Europa. There's always
What
Europa. What happens?
What happened is, the favorites won. Finally, the fact that we're even discussing that goes to show exactly what a rough season
y'all were
Arsenal
wrong.
had. We were wrong.
Okay then.
Absolutely.
I was
good.
wrong.
But it wasn't
all
a
that
crazy
shit.
statement.
And
I actually
This
didn't care. I was just trying to rise you up.
I know you were. And it worked. Look, this was Wenger's last game at the Emirates. This was
Did you cry?
This was a great sending off.
Did you cry?
I laughed.
While you cried?
Dude, I cried.
He cried 'cause he was laughing.
No
little bit of
bullshit,
both.
I cried.
I was glad, man. I was glad that the boys ended it like this for him at home. This was a great sending off.
22 years.
Finally, him. He got the starting lineup perfectly right. Put out the strongest lineup possible, I think.
He gave you what you wanted.
Yeah, maybe with the likes of Ramsey off the bench, maybe for Iwobi. But either way, man, Aubameyang and Lacazette on the pitch at the same time.
Deadly.
Excellent connection right
It's
there.
chemistry.
It's like we
And
scored
Miki?
4 goals last time we did that. Now it's 5 goals.
It's beautiful.
If you had
Kept
him
the
for
clean
Europa
sheet.
League, man, could have been a different story.
Would have been.
They're doing away with that rule, that the Cold Cup tied
Yeah.
bullshit in
It's
Europe.
brilliant, man.
About time. But yeah, no, the Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mkhitaryan, you got Danny Welbeck on the bench coming in. The attacking options aren't a problem, but it's your midfield and defense that are just, dire straits.
Our wingbacks were on point in this game.
Kolasinac is nice too.
bagging himself a goal. I don't know. He started out on fire. Wenger didn't
One
fancy
away.
him too much. I think it's because we changed the shape from a 3-4-3 to a 4-3-3. And he gets himself a rocket this game. Smooth little assist by Jack Wilshere. Maybe he'll travel to the World Cup. We'll see. He has the ability to unlock defenses. Saw a nice little...
Dude, he made it to the
dribbling.
Euros. I mean, granted it was Roy Hodgson, but made it to the Euros last time. Didn't even kick a ball
There was mad.
during the season.
There was mad freaking pressure on that too. Remember the media?
Well, dude,
was
bring
losing
Danny
that.
Drinkwater. Bring someone who played 38 games, won a title, balled out. I mean, I know it's Danny Drinkwater versus Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere has class.
And I
Mark
agreed with
Noble,
you.
too.
He's also a 10
That's-
spot, like Tom is saying. Like, it's different. Like, they need to bring him, dude. Even if they don't use him, you got to have that weapon of a guy who can. I mean, Lallana's kind of that guy from the number 8 position, but he's even more broken down this
Yeah.
season. So,
And it's
like,
basically Lingard and Jack Wilshere. Maybe Dele Ali as
Dele
well.
Ali, too.
Dele
Dele
Ali
Ali,
play
yeah.
that 10
but
spot.
Dele Ali feel like he's more of like a
Second striker.
second striker,
Yeah,
like a shadow.
He's more
He
attacking.
does have flicks here and there, but
But he
it's
won't get
not very
stuck in
often.
he won't get stuck in
Wilshere is the
Jack.
closest thing to an Iniesta that England has. I know that's a big stretch, but he can be creative.
actually-
The class,
yeah,
you
no,
made
He
the
doesn't
class,
dribble
the
like
smoothness.
Iniesta.
No,
Man,
but
you
he's
see
the
him-
closest
he
that
can't.
England has. He's
False
the
goal
creator.
smoke,
He's
man.
creative. He has the creativity to make things happen.
There's
Yeah,
no
you gotta
other
bring him.
English player like Jack Wilshere.
Exactly.
That's why you have to bring him. He's an X factor.
Because if he was in Spain or something, dime a dozen right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Dime a dozen.
Yeah, he's a dime a dozen in Spain.
Look, man, you never know though. This was sad though. Arsenal bouncing back after being bumped out of Europa. It's been a rough season, guys. But this does look like Wenger's time is coming to an end. I must say, Arsene Wenger, thank you for the memories. There've been plenty, good, bad, amazing, sad, but
Mainly
we
sad.
love you. No, mainly great memories.
I'm glad you can say that then.
Yeah, no, we do, man. I got.
You have
mad
to leave
respect
to
for
be
Wenger.
missed.
Exactly.
Wow, that's power.
Yeah, you know what's power? Watching him walk around the stadium. Imagine being just surrounded by, I don't even know how many people can fit in that stadium, but just look up, see every single, that full capacity, just walking around. Everyone's there to celebrate you.
Here's my question.
Like, that's
though.
insane.
I think the players love playing with each other, and watch me like bash Wenger now. I see Xherdan Shaqiri scoring that free kick goal for Stoke. First thing he does is he sprints to his manager. He gives
Lambert?
he jumps into his arms like a baby. 5 goals scored here. Not one player ran over to the manager. Am I just looking
think
into
Aubame-
this too much,
No,
or am I?
it's
that a sign?
It's a massive sign.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive sign. There was also an article that came out said Wenger didn't want to announce he was leaving.
Yeah, I already said that.
And they forced it out this early. So I think the locker room was lost, man. The last 2 years, not even a not even a top 4 push for the last 2 years. So like, I think it's been a machine that has been broken for a while, and the players, respect him like you're saying.
They respect him, they like him, but I don't know that anyone loves.
Yeah.
But I
him
mean,
like
in this moment, I could
maybe
definitely
Mertesacker.
Even if you don't love him, this is the moment that you could have just went over there, just gave him a quick hug, not like a huge one, not like a Klopp type of hug, just like come over, give him a nice hug, and just say like, let's get on with it.
Even a guy like Iwobi, who's been raised through Arsenal system, he scored a banger of a goal with his left foot. No people were going in on him due to the Europa result. But, he's a guy who Wenger promoted. He started him.
Iwobi looked like he was tearing up when Wenger was giving his speech. Yeah. Iwobi was signed youth by Wenger.
That's another good point.
I'd expect him to run,
That's another good point. Look at the goal scorers. You got Iwobi. He's an academy player that could have done it. Got Kolasinac that went there because he liked the manager. He just came in. Lacazette that just came in.
Yep. And Aubameyang.
He went there because of Wenger and all those. Aubameyang again. All 4 of those people could have could have
direct ties to him and
exactly.
like recent history kind of.
It's not like they've been there for a while. It's like it's not like a.
I just thought that was interesting to bring up. Yeah.
I mean, if Wilshere scores, I think he does.
If Wilshere might, he has given Wilshere the best life. Wilshere should have been cut by this team.
Dude, yeah, Jose would have been done with him years ago.
Absolutely.
Or anyone. Pep would have been done with him.
Yeah, man. Wenger showed loyalty to Wilshere.
It's the loyalty that Fergie would do with Darren Fletcher. We would never sell Fletcher if he was still at the club. Or John O'Shea. Despite Fletcher's stomach ailments, stay with the club.
But it took him 10 years to sell Theo Walcott.
That's true.
Yeah,
that was his project.
Shows loyalty to his
project.
A little too much, like you're saying.
Exactly.
Now, let's say next year they don't make any signings. This back 4, is that the back 4 you want starting the season?
Yeah,
No, seriously. Or do you? I mean, you might switch out. You might. Well, no, I'm saying if you don't make any signings, do you want?
Why wouldn't we make signings?
No, what I'm saying is, do you like this 4 over or Mustafi coming in?
He's literally saying I don't like this.
Break it all up. Look, as soon as Wenger leaves, there should be an exodus.
No, what I'm saying is, do you like these 4 guys?
No.
Then you're saying break it all up. I'm talking about Mustafi's on the bench, not getting played. Koscielny, he's injured. You don't know for how long because of the Achilles. I'm liking this defense before Mustafi goes back in there.
Just because you like it doesn't mean I like it.
You should.
No.
That's what I was just going to get to.
No.
So you answer the question. Well, I like it. All right, cool.
Mustafi needs to pay attention.
Of course you like it because Salah,
0 goals.
Firmino, you're probably going to get freaking Nabi and someone else on top of that. We're going to be going at these guys. Yeah, you're really going to like it then.
I like this new kid over Mustafi.
He's good. I like
Chambers, man. I've always liked Chambers, man. I like Kolasinac. Bellerin's Bellerin. He's probably going to leave. But
he's got to have a popping year.
Popovich, man. Mauropanos. I like his name, first of all. How anyone named Socrates. These defenders are good names, dude. I like these Greek boys.
That's who Arsenal should get.
Triple Meg? Nah, never.
Socrates has been linked with a few clubs.
Socrates is nice.
But your outside backs.
I'm going to repost that video for you.
Those are good outside backs. Bellerin, Kolasinac. Those are 2 outside backs that Arsenal doesn't really have to worry about right there.
Yeah, we do. That's exactly who Arsenal needs to worry about.
No. I said outside backs, not center backs.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, if you listen, I said Monreal on the bench next year.
I try not to listen.
Kolasinac starting, Bellerin starting. Those are 2 good outside backs. Fix the center backs. I mean, you get yourself a good defense there.
Yeah,
and you have the money because there reports of like 200 million that they're gonna spend now. Arsene's out. Oh, wait, we have 200 million to spend, right? Why did you spend it with Arsene?
It all depends who the coach is, because Wenger isn't a buying manager.
Well, we'll see. Not his style. We'll see who they bring in, man. I mean, the hierarchy is saying they want a young manager to come in.
They want the Liverpool guy.
They want the Liverpool assistant.
Oh, no, yes, that's so. I didn't write down the person that. I didn't write down the site that put it down, but they were actually saying that it's really looking like
it's all bullshit, bro. It's all
the Liverpool assistant was in contact with Arsenal, and then Klopp didn't even know, and found out from a buddy from Dortmund who's mutual friends.
Snitch.
That's
drama.
But that's why there was a whole just like straight up, you gotta leave now. That's where the drama is supposedly said.
Apparently he left before. I don't know, the way it was reported in the news.
He was secretly talking to Arsenal without telling Klopp. So when Klopp found out, without him telling him, he's like, dude, just leave. And then, quote-unquote, personal reasons, and now it's
Personal
like
regions.
Yeah.
So in case
Does that screw Liverpool then for Champions League final? Because look, if this guy was like, Mourinho, he'll hire.
He's got his
or
dude
Fergie
there.
would bring in like a new assistant.
but they have
Kovac
their
has been
two cool
together.
guys.
Yeah, they've been
He-
together with Klopp for like
Well,
19 years.
he's
something
considered
crazy like
he's
that.
considered the brain, but then they also have a third assistant who's up there watching, who's considered the eye. He's the guy that's running down to the locker room at halftime with new ideas, so he could actually step in.
idea.
What are you gonna do without your brain though?
Yeah.
You got no brain.
In
You got
case,
eyes.
in case you guys are wondering,
Maybe
man,
you have new brain.
in
Maybe
case you guys
it's-
are wondering, we're talking about Zeliko Buvac
Yeah.
or
Buvac,
Yeah.
most
The-
likely.
Buvac, whatever, dude.
Was it Bosnian? I couldn't say his name, so I didn't go for it.
But dude, these guys have been together since 1992.
Yeah.
You know,
But
at
that's-
Mainz.
This is like Wagner status,
yeah.
like best friends.
But that's why there was a whole big uproar. Well, if it's reported, if it's true, I mean, you expect maybe one of your best friends or one of your best colleagues to say, "Hey, they're looking at me. Could I interview with them next year?"
Or I'm interested in it. Do you mind if I
Exactly.
interview?
And then it's
Oh,
like, cool.
this is Fugazi.
That's true too.
Look, it's reported by a lot of sources, including ESPN, Bleacher Report, Sports Joe, BBC, Mirror. Like,
There's a lot of people
so
who
it could
saying
be
it.
it could be quote unquote fugazi, but when a lot of papers like this catch it, it's not just the Sun talking about it. I mean, it's not caught offside.
I think
about
there's
it.
interest there, but
We're gonna
Look, I
find.
don't think
that
he
was-
might not get the Arsenal job, but I think, like you're saying, he might have put himself in the running for it.
And don't put yourself. Don't go behind his back. Just tell him. Just tell you.
not
Sure.
the guy
But-
Arsenal. Well, I don't know who they need.
Maybe it
'cause
is.
Honestly, we don't know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who
it is
knows?
the guy we need. That's not
Who's
the guy
gonna
I
rebuild
want.
your program.
I don't want
Yeah.
that. I want
Merchant
give
sucker.
me someone with some star power, some
I
star
pray
dust.
to God you get Ancelotti, bro.
Give me someone
Just
with some
to
stardust.
expose
Give me
this team.
Allegri. Give me Ancelotti. Give
You
me
know what?
someone
I
with some
fully agree with you
stardust.
because how many times have we
won a
talked about?
Champions League.
How many times have we talked about when a manager comes into a club, if like Jose to United, you get that little extra oomph again in the transfer market. Because if you bring in a big name, big names are attracted to big names.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So
Absolutely.
if Simeone comes to Arsenal, maybe you get some of those athletic.
I
What
don't
I'm
know,
saying is
man.
you might get some of
Simeone
those.
might get into Champions League, dude.
But
Yeah, dude.
but what I'm saying
he's
is
already in Champions League though. They're in third.
he might bring some of those Atletico Madrid stars.
But
You
no,
never know.
Get that
See, you
European
bring up a
Cup.
good point with Diego Simeone, man. I always thought he was a shoo-in for Arsenal or leaving. I thought he was going to leave Atletico after the second final loss in the Champions League. But he's still there, man. If you saw him in the Europa League
Heart is
quarterfinal,
still
man,
there,
or final,
right?
semifinal. Oh, dude,
Heart
up in
is
the
still
directors,
there.
up in the
By
directors
himself,
bus.
marching like
Dude.
a fucking lion in the zoo.
Maniac.
Dude. This dude is a
Maniac.
Yeah, that was
beast.
and at
But his
Arsenal,
passion for this club, like his love for this team and his boys.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe
Unmatched.
Griezmann's still there. I mean,
he's there 'cause
he's gonna
Simeone's
settle
there.
the ship before the World Cup. He says because last Euro, like nothing, everything up in the air. But he could be out. But him and Diego now together, dude, they're formidable.
Dude, they're killing it.
They need fresh blood. They need to reinvest. Fernando Torres, your boy's gone this year. He's gonna leave this summer. So
It is what it is. But I mean, if Griezmann leaves, I wouldn't be surprised if Simeone's out.
Dude, I can see him
Start a
saying,
new
I can
thing.
see, I can see him be like, no, he was gonna leave a couple years ago. I think now he's done, like he's locked almost. Like he's staying.
But that Griezmann is the centerpiece of that
Dude,
team.
I mean, Griezmann.
Defense is the centerpiece of
Well,
that
that's
team.
true. That's true. But I mean, someone's got
without Griezmann takes him to a new level.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
He's a superstar.
Dude, you saw him against Arsenal. That was a solo counter in the first game at the Emirates.
the
Solo
worst
counter beat
defending
Koscielny. Yeah, Koscielny was shocking.
Ever, dog.
But it was created by hard work. You know what I mean? It was created by being scrappy late in the game. This dude, I can see why Jose had a massive hard-on for this guy. The work rate defensively he puts in, but the class he has, dude.
Would you
it's-
take him over
it's not
Martial?
normal. Yeah, dude. I'd have to.
But who
more
does
proven.
Atletico?
more
Who does Atletico go for? I mean, if they sell him to Barcelona, do they work out a deal where
Dude,
Dembele goes the other way?
Atletico is massively talented at finding these guys and making them.
Atletico's
you know?
got one of the best track records of forwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diego Forlan, Sergio Aguero, Fernando Torres, now
Falcao.
Antoine
Costa.
Griezmann,
Falcao.
Diego Costa, Falcao, like 6 guys we just named there in under a minute.
Who were top
And,
50 at
yeah,
their prime, maybe even top 10.
They'll find another forward.
Yeah,
Don't
they'll
worry
That's
about
true.
that.
That's true. But
All right, so Arsenal lockdown 6 officially. Burnley have 7th. Brighton 1, Man United 0.
Man, you sucking the duck.
Dude, the roller coaster
Great game.
continues.
You knew I was gonna come at you.
Oh,
with
I
that.
know. Right away. It had to be the lead-in. Nah, I got nothing to say
What's
about
up,
this
man, you
game.
boys? Yeah, you got no. Oh,
I got nothing.
In
What do you
case you don't
say?
know, Tiki's hat now is turned backwards, so
it's
it's
been
facing.
backwards, man.
No, usually when Man U win, he makes sure it faces forward so everyone sees the emblem, and he's trying to stun on us. Now it's facing backwards because you bitches lost.
Still on my head though.
Hey,
Still
Hey,
rapping.
I just want to
Still
say
rapping.
the best
taking
part about
L's.
this game is that it was on Friday, and it fucked up Hussey's fantasy. So
Yeah, I'm not very pleased. I got stuck with other work, and then I was like, all right, I got till 3 o'clock.
Nope.
At 2:15, I check it, and
Fucked
look,
up,
I pretty much already worked out what team I was gonna choose because there was a lot of different things I was gonna do,
See what you did.
and then
I know,
I was like,
I'm I'm sorry.
I gotta do it tomorrow or whatever.
So-
but who scored that goal?
So
Who scored the goal?
Pascal Grob,
No,
Gross,
no.
the
Oh.
underground and fantasy player of the season.
Come on now,
Gets-
come on.
gets the goal.
Who threw his name out there?
Knockhart did.
No. He
Jo-
put,
Jose named a lineup. Man, the season's done. It's been done for a while, but officially done for a couple weeks now. So we all knew he was going to start playing people, fringe players, show them what you got, like any good manager would do. Play the youth, play these new guys, see how they work, if they're worth it or not, if you're going to move them on or not. We saw Darmian started. Obviously, Martial and Rashford started up top. Rojo was back in, being injured. And Juan Mata, who's been in and out, but
Apparently, he hasn't been playing guys like Bailly, who are clear starters, because they
Injuries.
won't be participating in the World Cup. So he's been giving guys like Rojo a chance, even Fellaini with Belgium in the World Cup.
Smalling.
So, yeah, I read that, and I was actually like, all right, man, that's actually like, that's a
kinda cool.
selfless manager right there.
He's not the devil everyone
He's-
makes him
yeah.
to be, man. He really.
it's just
like,
a mask. You need a mask to deal
Yeah.
with the pressures. He makes himself into be the ugliest guy in football
And have-
just to take the pressure of the club and
Exactly.
everything onto him.
Exactly. man.
He makes himself the target 'cause he can handle it.
Yeah.
But deep down, man, he's a great dude. Like
All these players love playing for him. Obviously, there are players where
they
he's
have
just
differences, but
marginalized.
it's honest. Like I don't,
Yeah,
maybe a
he's
couple of
straight up.
handful of cases, but what manager hasn't had a bust up with somebody?
Yeah.
You know. But he came out after this game. You guys always ask me why Lukaku? Why was it Lukaku? Why Lukaku? Now you know.
Yeah, Snacks, where you at?
So.
Just-
But man,
What are
when,
you talking
when
about?
Lukaku plays, man, it's not just the goals he creates because he's got 25 all comps.
26.
But 26, thank you.
dude, he's
but when he
top
get- man-
6. Sorry, just to,
Go ahead.
he's top 6 of all first-year forwards to start at United. Top 6.
Yeah.
23 years old, and everyone's like, this dude's garbage. We want, Griezmann, we want whoever.
It's because he's
This kid's
clunky.
so promising.
His
Yeah.
game isn't
dude,
smooth
but
out.
the role he
He
plays-
hasn't reached his full potential
No.
yet.
But man, like
Sorry,
he gets
go ahead,
he
Al.
gets the ball, he'll drag it outside. He puts beautiful balls into the box on the left from the left. We've seen a couple of his right foot too. The work he does off the ball, he is the Emil Heskey of the modern age, where big dude, physical, athletic, also happens to be black, like Emil Heskey. But he's
better dribbler,
way
too,
talented, way
than
more
Heskey.
talented. He's not just an athlete.
Yeah,
Like
for
he's
sure,
a
man.
he's a beast.
The summer's just got to work on that first touch.
But with
if
Martial,
he gets that like Giroud level, could really make
I
some
don't,
noise.
I don't think he'd ever be that technical, man.
Probably not. Go ahead.
But
Martial.
but is
I
Giroud
think
as
it would
physical
be.
as Lukaku? No.
No, he's
Well,
not.
I'd
who
take
was
that.
more technical, Giroud or Didier Drogba?
Oh, come on, bro. What are we? What?
Drogba.
I don't
Okay.
by 1,000 miles.
So I
Drogba
think
one of the
Lukaku
best
will
first.
get that touch, like off
But
goal
Drogba
kicks.
had
and,
it in France. He had that touch.
But he was a late developer,
Yeah.
Drogba.
He was,
I
but
think
the
Lukaku
first
will
touch,
eventually get
it
is
wasn't
what I'm
like.
saying.
I think it wasn't that Drogba was missing pieces. He just had him
Dude,
put
he
it
had
together.
a first touch where like he could just hold you off, so it didn't matter where the ball went.
Yeah, man.
He-
His
he-
Edmar, he
Lukaku
was-
will get that.
I hope
that
so.
hold off touch,
Yeah.
not
Yeah, yeah.
necessarily that
the
ping
ball to
from
feet.
60 arrow, but
He's
that
so bad
chest
at
strap
that.
to the knee and
So
with the
you're
man
comparing him to
hold on, man, I think he'll
Lukaku.
have
Are you,
that.
are you saying that Lukaku is going to finish his career being one of the top 5 best strikers in EPL history?
He
Top
might.
five
Dude,
is
he
a
already has
force.
100 goals.
Top
And
five
he's
is a
24 years
force,
old.
but
23, 24.
he'll
100
make
goals.
history in the EPL.
Okay.
He's already made history.
Dude, he's
Only
a
two
beast.
guys have hit 200 goals. That's Alan Shearer, who's died like 10 years ago, and Wayne Rooney, who's about to die in like 2 years.
Jeez.
No one's hit 200. This guy's already at 100. If he stays in England, which he may,
Probably will. With that
Yeah,
physicality.
he probably will.
Yeah.
he dominate, dude. He's
Dude,
built. He's built
especially-
for this league.
Especially as the summer comes up, Mourinho knows he's got to sort that midfield out. We got to get more production and maybe get a winger, maybe like Perisic again.
No,
try to
dude.
get him.
You guys are actually almost lucky that he's not technical. Because if he's technical, he's at Real Madrid right now.
We need Jorginho, bro.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
but
we'll
what
see.
the thing that
You know Jorginho,
killed me-
the Napoli dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. I think that's a gas. I don't love him for Man United.
Dude, the role he plays in that team, his job, what he does with the ball, like his game is one of the games I love. I love to try and play that game.
There's like 4 teams.
Like he gets the ball, he
linked with
plays
him.
it over. He plays a lot of balls over the top. into good positions. He's a great distributor of the ball. He looks like a Paul Scholes type player in the way he plays. From the highlight tapes I've seen.
He's a better Jordan Henderson.
I've seen mad highlight tapes, bro.
But it's not just it's not just a highlight tape of flicks and skills. It's like
good,
him in a game, game segments where it's like, oh, this guy moves the ball very well.
He can play.
We need a guy to move the ball because it's so slow.
It's so slow in that.
It's why faster than the Moyes and it's faster than LVG, but it's still slow as hell.
Yeah, man, including Pogba. He needs someone around him who's gonna force him to play one touch all the time.
Needs to be
like
pushed.
I said, there's 5 teams linked with this guy. And, I mean, the price might get driven up even more. That's true, because he might take over Henderson.
Put it this way. Unless Real Madrid and Barcelona in it, Man United will probably take him if they really want him. Like, if he's being sold
Depends on, maybe he wants to stay in Napoli, because a lot of those players do like to stay in Napoli.
Yeah, he can stay. He's still young.
If he's being sold, as
if
long
the money's
as Barca
right.
and Real Madrid aren't in there, United can fucking take over.
I got to question Marcus Rashford's decision-making in this game.
He played number 9, by the way. Started up top like everyone's been asking for.
Had a chance just to square it across to Anthony Martial. Martial's begging for the ball in the PK spot. I don't know why he just doesn't slide it across there and pass to him.
You know what that is? Age, overthinking it, and out of form.
And also not being played in that position all year, so he wants that goal.
Yeah,
exactly. He needs that goal in his mind.
That was a selfish decision right there. If I've ever seen one, Jose flipping out on him, man.
But he's a kid; he'll learn from that. You know what I mean? Like it
was
happens.
19.
I 100% agree with you. It was basic football.
My expectations from him are just so high. So when he does something like
but he's still a kid.
I know
that's why he's on the wing, because he can beat guys. He can play the ball from the wing.
I get it, but
you put the pressure of scoring goals in the middle. He kind of falls to pieces.
Put it this way as well. It wouldn't happen on a Pep team. You know what I mean? Like, the system is so strict on that extra pass. I think Jose told him, hey, man, go out there and make a difference. I'm giving you what you want. And in his head, that became too big. He put himself before the team.
Martial was lively, too, man. Like, I feel like Martial deserved that goal.
He did, man. And to come from Rashford, that's the beauty. Like, that's what we all want. Like, whether Martial's scoring or Rashford, if they're assisting each other, it's like Lacazette and Aubameyang. I'm sure you don't care who's scoring as long as it's coming from each other.
As long as we're getting these ducats.
Dude, as long as we're not losing to fucking Brighton.
Yeah, man.
But you are.
But I think, man, look,
again.
You might call me looking at the glass half full. I think this is a good thing because this just adds another $75 million to the transfer kitty.
Dude, I'm just glad that there's something in the cup. You know, I don't care if it's half empty, half full. The cup has something in it.
Yeah. And by the way, I was looking at this stuff. I was looking at.
That sounds like something I would say.
a little bit.
On the pool or
in the pool.
Dude, I was looking at what's it called? I was looking at where Man United has finished the last few years.
Horrible.
And I just stumbled onto an interesting little fact. The only year we didn't win silverware in the last since 2005 was 2014. So it's from David 2005 onwards. Only 1 year where there wasn't some kind of silverware coming. So everyone out there panicking about United. United sucks. Jose sucks. He lost the team. He doesn't know what he's doing. We finished second to a freak Man City team. And every year there's some kind of silverware being added to that trophy cabinet. People, granted, 100% I agree, we're not where we should be. We're not getting the production out of these players. And, of course, you should look at the manager's tactics and all that. But the house is not on fire, guys. The house is not on fire.
It's burning.
There's nothing
burning.
burning.
There's a small fire.
There's nothing burning.
It's
all
Rome is
fire.
not burning, bro.
Statistically, there is nothing going on at this club.
Arsenal's ablaze. Arsenal's ablaze. That's why you're looking through flames. That's why you think we're on fire.
Arsenal's charred on fire.
It's like when you walk through it, it's like done burning.
It's
It's
rubble.
still smoking. Exactly.
Exactly, and it's burnt out. But you know what happens? You rebuild, and we can build a new house because our guys out. But you guys,
we are rebuilding the house every year over year. We're finishing with more points.
I'm not buying that. There's no fire
here. For sure, you're not.
You know why? It's not. I'm not. Don't just look at stats. Look at how you play. Look at the style of football you play.
If we won the league this year, no one would be talking about style of football.
No,
Man City had a freak year. No one talks about Chelsea's style of football when Jose was winning. They were talking about Hazard balling out, winning. It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, because when you're winning, typically your style of football. It's working.
It's working, but it wasn't pretty. Talk about Park the Bus with Man.
Leicester wasn't pretty, but it was working. Your shit's not working. That's why I say it's on fire. I'm not saying it has to be pretty.
No.
My point is, it is
working, dude. This is a freak year of Man City. Man United was 77 points, would be 5 points off the average title winner in the last 5 years. Yeah. This is a freak year by Man City. There was no way.
No doubt about that.
I think I will side with Tom with saying that we lost 7 games this year in the league with 2 games to go, which is just unacceptable.
Absolutely.
You can't lose more than 4 games. 3 tops. I want 3 for my championship team. Like three losses, add some draws in it, but 7 games.
Some of the losses
games
you
we've lost,
suffered.
Brighton.
2013-14, we lost 7. 2014-15, we lost 10. 2015-16, we lost 9. Last year we lost 15.
What I'm saying
this year we lost 7. We're trending upward.
What I'm saying is that despite losing 7 games, we have won silverware. Nobody remembers 2012 Champions League when Chelsea played 11 guys behind the ball. They remember that they won the Champions League.
Dude,
they remember how they played. With United, man, we've been so shit since Sir Alex left.
This is the reality you talk about when you say
since he left, dude. I'm just thankful that we're getting results.
Absolutely.
If it's pretty or not, and the beautiful takes time.
The prettiness, I'm not concerned about. It's the function,
the style.
That's part of it. Yeah, the style is part
of it.
Dude,
we don't have the right players yet, man. That's why you see the Fellaini long balls. You know, like we need to build.
That's part of it. That's part of the fire.
This year we got to get some guys. It's not a fire. It's improving every year. This year we got a 30-plus goal striker. I think Lukaku will finish with 30 this year. Like, that's a piece. We realize that Pogba is not carrying his weight at $150 million. He let us down, man. We were supposed to have that position locked down. Defense, we got injuries, but again, one of the least goals against in the league. We got 28. Man City has 26. So it's all coming together. It's just that final piece, or those final 2 players who can come in, are proper winners. If you get like a Willian and
what do you guys? How did you do in the Champions League this year?
Dude, we were in the Champions League. We weren't even in it.
We got knocked out by Sevilla by a freak game, man. They just got outworked.
When has you see what I'm saying? Like
but when
Al just said we were in the Champions League.
No, but this is the reality.
Expectation,
absolutely,
but it's definitely dropped, and that's the fire.
And it had to.
And that's what I'm saying is there's a small fire, son. Microwave.
Dude, there was a fire.
You left foil in the microwave. I'm not saying that the entire house is on fire.
No, you know when the foil was
in the microwave, bro.
You know when the foil was there? No, the foil was there when we got Moyes, and then we went from the foil microwave being on fire to the whole kitchen on fire with LVG. Jose came in. It's been an improvement year over year. There was a fire, but we put that shit out. Now it's about building.
But is the improvement good enough, though? Because your improvement isn't as good as Man City's improvement. Because you say it's a freak year. I think this is going to become the normality. Man City's going to be doing this year in, year out for the next few years. Liverpool, if they get reserves,
said the same thing about Conte.
What I'm saying is, that's true. But they sold Matic. But they got rid of certain players. They got rid of Lukaku. They also got rid of who else did they get rid of?
Beauty. No, not Lukaku.
Chelsea. Yeah, Matic.
Listen, if there's a so-called fire at United, how's the fire at Liverpool doing? How's the fire at Spurs doing? There's got to be fires around here.
First off, you're taking this way.
Hey, listen, if we're ablaze and we're in second place, the only team that
you're ablaze. You're taking it.
You said microwave fire.
But
it's a microwave fire.
Since Sir Alex is left, your reality is totally drastic, right? Dude,
it's totally different at the moment. Is that when Alex Ferguson left, we dipped, dude, with Moyes 100%. And LVG. Since he's been back, since Jose's been there,
it will never be like that again.
You know why you're trending up? Because you were so low. You were so low.
That was the fire.
That's why you're trending up.
That was the fire. That was literally
still a small fire. You haven't put it completely all the way out. You haven't. And I think if you had actually gone on to beat Sevilla, then I'd be like, okay, because now you're showing me that in big games, in the biggest stage in Champions League, then we can kind of compare a little bit. English strength, like EPL versus La Liga.
Absolutely can still compare.
But again, so that means your football isn't working on the highest level.
But every year is improving. But that's what I'm saying.
Which is why it's a microwave fire. Which is why an entire
room. If it's working, how's it on fire?
You can't improve on that.
Of course you can't improve. If the entire living room's on fire versus a couch fire, you can put out the couch.
Oh, I love this metaphor, bro. That's crazy. There's 2 differences. Just putting out a fire and building improvements. We're at the building phase. The fire's been put out. Now the expectations are Champions League semifinal, Premier League chase. The expectations are high now because
you're also forgetting something. How many times did we talk about the 3-year rule with Jose?
Yep.
We're in the second. The third year's coming up. And I'll give him in one extra year. So
he's second year too. That's Jose's year. The second year.
And Jose never played youth, but he is. What did I say when he's coming to United? I said this is going to be a club where he's completely different, because he said when he was at Porto, his dream job is Man United. He's always going to approach it different. Now, Huss, can I sit here and say we'll get back to those Fergie years? Probably not, dude. That was a golden era. That was crazy. No. But we can win a title before Liverpool does. I can tell you that.
What I'm saying is, I think too many United fans still think they have the same expectations.
That's why they're not on the podcast. That's why they're not on the podcast. These United fans don't have that. We don't.
We don't live in a fantasy world.
Dude, I'm literally sitting here saying we're in second place improving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even saying we're where we should be. Like, we're not. Everything was a dumpster fire when our boy. And by the way, wishing Alex Ferguson great. Some happy thoughts, some healing thoughts.
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah, he's still in intensive care. Went to there's an emergency hospital visit. Why are you laughing?
I just went to 100 to 0. That's why. Usually
well, hey,
0 to
that's why I
was talking in circles.
I was waiting for the segue. I was waiting for it.
It sounds like you just put out the fire real quick.
That's it.
Siraj,
I don't know why I got fired up.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you. He was brought in with
microwave fire,
an emergency operation for a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
Dude, a week ago he was with Wenger, looked great. He looks the same as he did when he retired. Guys,
well, that stuff sneaks up on you.
But he looked fine. He was in good spirits. 5 days later, he's in the hospital with a brain hemorrhage. Still in intensive care, but looks like he'll be all right. He'll pull through. He's a tough dude. But we'll see, man. Close call for a legend. And he's 76.
It's good debate,
not
man.
on fire.
With it.
Never been on fire.
It's just talking circles.
Microwave fire.
At its worst, it was a microwave fire.
That's how the house catches
At
on.
its worst,
That's how the house
it's
catches
someone
on.
hotboxed the bedroom and the fire alarm falsely went off.
There you go.
Straight up. West Brom won.
Fire truck's still coming.
There ain't no fire. You're about to get a citation. West Brom 1, Tottenham 0. Man, what a game here. I didn't know I was a West Brom fan until this game. Usually my massive soft spot
Tony Pulis, bro.
Tottenham.
Come on.
Dude, to watch these West Brom guys absolutely quicksand Tottenham the whole game up until the end, decided to play that long ball.
What up, Darren Moore?
Beautiful, man.
Darren Moore's the man.
This dude, Mr. Linebacker out there telling these boys what to do, man.
Track top. He's a beast. Sub him on, coach.
Did you see his celebration when the team scored? Stood there, dude, just held a fist on his knee and just held that position like a freaking stoic mountain.
Dude,
of a
this
man.
is his chance as a football player, as someone in the game. This is your chance to seize that. Hey, now I'm a manager. I've never been a manager. I've been in the trenches, in the fringes for years. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, hey, if I show I can handle it, dude, he's proven enough to at least get a contract somewhere else. He has a CV to go off of now. But if he goes down to the championship, give him 6 months.
Dude, beat Man United. Came back from 2-0 down with Liverpool. Beats Tottenham. I mean, undefeated since he came in.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about West Brom might bail themselves out of relegation. They were done 5 weeks ago. They were done. This dude,
they have
absolute beast.
They have 1 game left. They have 2 points from safety. They need a win to get out of relegation.
Well, not just
Southampton have 2 games to play. They have 1. So they need Southampton to lose 2.
We've seen this before,
right? The leapfrog last
This is the story of the EPL right here.
And was it Swansea and Stoke are going to be playing each other, and they have to draw. So if they do draw, maybe it's Southampton, but if they get that draw, whoever's facing Swansea, West Brom have a legitimate chance of getting out of relegation. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because they did Tony Pulis pretty wrong right there at the beginning.
Oh, they did him dirty.
So, I don't know. You know how Al and I feel about TP. So I kind of, as much as I love the drama, I don't know how I feel, because I wanted Tony Pulis to be part of this.
You guys heard that. You heard that. As much as I love the drama, so he admits it.
So
this guy
another
lives for it.
Speaking about even more drama. All the positions on Tottenham are pretty much set except for one position. It's shared by 3 players: Lamela, Son,
Son,
whatever. I say Son, and Moura, Lucas Moura.
Say Son.
Which of the 3 should be starting? Because
is that even a question, bro?
When it comes down to Lamela, I mean, come on, why is Son not starting?
Son got me dick points this week.
Yeah, because
I'm kind of pissed about.
Well, he went in like the 67th minute.
Man.
Dude,
Son
he's been balling. He balled last year when Harry Kane went down, and when Harry Kane came back, he still kept it going. This year, he kept
them afloat when he's out.
Than last year. He should be starting every game.
Dude, as far as talent, when the talents are all peaking, like they're all playing well, Lucas Moura hands down should be starting.
But until Lucas,
I don't know about that.
He needs a preseason.
We're talking about like we're talking about in a vacuum.
In a vacuum.
All of them are playing their level 10 game. You look at Son at level 10. Dude, I'm telling you, Mora.
I don't know. Son, his level 10 game, he's been getting 3 goals at a time.
Dude, Mora when he came on, West Brom.
We just haven't seen a Lucas Moura 10 game, maybe like ever.
Because it's hype. His hype has been at a 10 when his 10 is actually a 7.
Dude, it's PSG giving him a freaking cramp, not playing this kid in the most important years of his life. Tottenham, I'm telling you, man, this kid, when he came on, there was a spark. When he came on against United, there was a spark. That spark cannot be taught. Pochettino is the man at developing talent. Dele Alli looks like he's going to be a top 5 player. Harry Kane came out of nowhere. Trippier all of a sudden is looking legit. Davies is looking legit. Vertonghen, one of the top center backs and these all guys happened under him. Dude, Lucas Moura, as long as he gets the minutes, I think we will see a 10 out of 10 game from him at some point next season.
I don't like the fact that he's doing Heung-min Son like this, man.
For sure.
This guy has been producing for you, and now because Lamella's back from injury, he's been at Spurs longer.
It's his countryman.
Maybe he's okay. He's
Is he doing the World Cup thing?
He's also Argentine guy. Now you want to get him in. I don't like
Son's
him, man.
in the World Cup too.
Well, no, I know, but he's like the main guy on that team.
And Son, if Son doesn't do work in the World Cup, you might have to go to the army.
The military.
Military for a couple of years, man.
I like that hanging
he's got
over his
more
head.
riding on it, Doug.
You better chop, bro.
Come on, man. Like, I don't like it, man. I think the fact that Lamella and Son, I don't think they have chemistry on the field. They may love each other for all I know off the field, but when they're on the field together, because they're both very similar. Head down as soon as you're in the 18.
Son, I think Lamella is a little bit more selfish than Son. There's something about Lamella that I'm just not. I'm not over him, but he's on my the last straw right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm saying next year.
Not over him
next year you stay with him. If you don't see improvements,
he's not quite on your shit list.
Cut bait.
Dude, he's suspect. He's nice.
He's suspect.
But when he's on form and he's playing well, dude, he's nice. He's
Lamella. When have you seen him on form?
Huh?
When was the last time you saw Lamella on form?
Times,
dude, he got 12 goals last year.
Maybe for a full 90, but there's flashes of when he's on form. He's that type of player.
To me, Son is way more of a game-changing player.
Consistent for sure.
Consistent than, and he's left
more
right.
More dynamic.
He's gonna change the game, man, Son. From what I see, when he's in, Spurs look to be more of a dangerous team.
Pressing,
he brings the pace as well.
But
counterattack.
He brings pace, but he takes 1, maybe 2 defenders away from Harry Kane. Because if you triple up on Harry Kane, guess what? Here comes Son. He's gonna dribble right by you. He's gonna cut in. Boom, shot, top left cheese. Boom.
He's there too.
Yeah. Here's another boom for you. Spurs sitting in 4th. Chelsea finished sitting in 5th. 2 games for both clubs left. 2 points separating the sides. I call Tiki crazy for saying that. Chelsea had a way back in. They could be sneaking in, man. Spurs, this was a huge droppage in points.
It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Both can be in if Liverpool lose.
If Liverpool lose, what do you mean?
If Liverpool lose the last week to Brighton, they both have a chance of kicking Liverpool to the curb to 5th.
They could get leapfrog.
Spurs, classic choke artist. Let's hope.
Yeah, it looks like Spurs are. I don't know. I think Spurs will hold out. Who knows? Who knows? I
mean, it's getting a little tiresome. I know I'm not a fan of Tottenham. I know I can't even speak to the frustration that they have at this time.
They don't.
But Tottenham, I mean, like, how do you change their culture to being a winning culture in that last five matches?
You literally just need one.
Yeah.
It's like
You need Gareth Bale coming back?
Nah, just break through, man. That would help, but like
just, the one.
Yeah,
like
man.
The chosen one.
Just lose your virginity, man. Lose your virginity. Get that cup. And then you'll slay.
The prophecy has been fulfilled. Gareth Bale's coming home. Beep boop. Is that a bald spot over there? This episode of the Podcast FC Show is brought to you by Hims, a new wellness brand for men. We've all seen the Wayne Rooney post-hair transplant pic, and many others like it in real life. And I think we can all agree, not pretty. Hims looks to avoid this awkward situation by helping to curb your hair loss problems proactively and discreetly. Why wait until you're a cue ball before you decide to make a change in the way you look? Get that hairline back from your teenage years now. Hims will help you regain your confidence with the ladies or men or the boys without having to undergo any drastic surgical procedures or dodgy medicines as seen on TV or at 3:30 in the morning on cable. Hey, let's face it, ladies or men, it doesn't matter what you're into, right? I don't know.
No.
Probably.
66% of men lose their hair by age 35. But the thing is, when you notice it going, it's too late. So, solution, forhims.com. It's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. They have well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. No snake oil, pills, or gas station counter supplements. Nothing sketchy. Products are shipped directly to your door. No hospital visits. No waiting in waiting rooms. Any of that bull spit. So, if you're interested, if you want to make a change, call now. Order. Our listeners get a try month of Hims for just $5 today. Right now, while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost you hundreds, and that's what they're trying to avoid you. I mean, you save money, and you don't have to leave your house. So if you go to a pharmacy, you're wasting your money. Go to forhims.com/FCSoccer. That's forhims.com, forhims.com/FCSoccer. Forhims.com/FCSoccer.
Love it. Everton won. Southampton won. Man, Southampton could have pulled this one off. They need a couple wins to avoid relegation. Tom Davies gets himself the equalizer in the 95th minute of
96th.
This game.
I thought.
Fareed.
And
Fareed
the kicker there, yeah, it looks just like Fareed when we were going. And the kicker was that there was 4 minutes of stoppage time. So they went 2 minutes over stoppage.
That's what happens.
Saboteur.
2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Come on.
Everton fans booing at halftime. Like, they were just not happy with the performance at all. Doesn't look too good for Big Sam. Although they were able to pull out in this game, I don't think he's going to football. He's not going to start the season.
It started off great, man, when he first went there. I thought he was going to have him and Rooney was going to play every game.
He does what he said. He rescued them.
He's a survivor.
That's it. I mean, they're top 10, top table. Are they better? I mean, look who's ahead of them. Burnley, who's having a blinder of a year, and then you get the big top 6. So are they better than Arsenal or Chelsea in 5th and 6th? Not really, no. So,
but with their payroll, though,
they're right where they should be. I mean, it's tough. That's what's tough about England, man. We talk about Willie Zaha leaving, going to another club. Where are you gonna go?
But you have to remember that they had
be below 6th place every single year.
They had such high hopes with the money that they pushed into the club, and
with
Arsenal having a bad season. Burnley's like.
Oh, Burnley or
no?
Everton?
I'm talking about Everton.
Yeah, but with three managers in like 2 years. Like, I'm buying players now. This guy's buying players. This guy bought new players.
No, I'm just talking about this one year. This one summer.
I'm saying all those guys are there with all these old guys. It's like United. You got all these guys signing shit players, and now it's like, all right, let's play. Let's get results. How? No one can play together. These guys aren't good individually, and that's what Everton's facing. They just don't have the caliber that United has.
Quick touch.
Good call.
Yep. Up next, Stoke versus Palace. Al's boys, the Eagles, flying high, getting it done.
Top 10, baby. Pushing for top 10, Hussey.
Dude,
let's do it.
Stoke officially relegated here, man. This was a painful one to watch for the Stoke City Potters. They were up 1-0 after a Shaqiri free kick.
Come on now, that was class, dude. They're like hooked inside.
Where's he going?
Where's he going? He might go West Ham, join the Bash Bro, put him back together.
I'd love to see him on Palace on the right side with Willie Zaha.
Could go to Palace. That would be a great signing at Palace.
That's Townsend.
Townsend could do that job, but why not play Townsend, Zaha up top? You know Zaha's going to drift out wide and just add Shaqiri.
Dude, this Palace team is so fucking... They're wild cards, man. They play a crazy brand of football, high-paced. Like, they have nothing to lose. They're not going to win anything, so let's just attack everybody. Like, they go balls to the wall, home or away. They're a menace to play against.
But the tough thing with that, man, is that up until recently, this team was looking at relegation. They can't afford
They need to
keep
start
going
the season
balls to
right
the wall
off
without fixing that Balassi hole.
They can't afford a Zaha injury.
I think now with Willie coming into his own, Townsend taking a bigger role, Milojevic in the middle, things are coming together.
Van Aanholt.
But still, it's too much on Zaha's shoulders. As soon as Zaha drops,
well, dude, this summer you got to invest.
Drop their game.
You stay in the Prem, you get that money.
That's what I'm saying. Shaqiri, just throw him in there to help out. He'll score.
I'm thinking
it wouldn't hurt at all. Yeah,
No.
Maybe Newcastle, because they might not. They might not sign Kennedy. Kennedy might be going back. Leaves one of the winger positions open. Slot him in.
Dude, I like seeing him as a second striker, but that's a quick touch for you.
For sure, man. PVA gets the winner here in a class act. He tweets after the game apologizing for scoring and making, their fate come true to go down to
he celebrated, right?
You got Butlin after the game, on the field crying, weeping, saying thank you to the fans, and that's huge. I mean that's touching right there. When those two goals, the first one just went in, it's just that gasp of just like
it's painful, man.
I couldn't imagine being
That's
in
one of
that
the hardest
atmosphere
things
right
in
there.
sports, man, is watching a team get relegated. I mean, you see the fans, the kids, everyone like
Crying.
grown men, like just.
But they
tears
just
in their eyes.
scored. They just scored. They're high. They were
yeah.
everything. The spirits
It's a
were
roller
so
coaster.
high.
It's a roller coaster, dude.
Yeah, man, and you don't get that in American sports. It's a
no passion.
completely different dynamic, man. You can't be the Browns just sucking
Dude,
year
Sunderland.
after year.
Hussey said last week Sunderland went to drop into League One.
Yeah.
2 years ago, they were in the Premier
They
League.
slid twice.
You know what?
And they were in there for over a decade.
John
Now
O'Shea,
it's-
bye-bye.
You know what I found out about the
like
NBA?
Leeds.
It doesn't even matter if you make playoffs. I thought there was like a financial incentive
No,
to making
it's
playoffs.
even split, dude.
Everyone gets paid the exact same amount of money.
Socialism.
And
They
on
do
top
that.
of that, if the worst teams get the highest draft picks as well, so you're almost encouraged to do
Dude,
badly.
but it's the same in the NFL. Obviously, the money's different, but like you still get the top picks. You know what I mean? Like there were quarterbacks in the NFL draft this year, like trying to put themselves like unattractive to the Browns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's
But at least
it's painful.
the TV rights are split by the more you win,
The higher you
yeah,
feel.
Well,
the
the-
more you're on TV.
The league is trying to protect teams that are in less desirable locations, shall we say, rather than go to LA,
Which league?
NBA, and like
it.
the NFL, all those. I mean, even hockey.
Which is
I mean,
why
just
it's-
every
if
sport
you're
in
a
America.
billionaire, being an NBA owner is such a brilliant investment.
What's your boy there from Arsenal?
Croaky.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Kroenke.
Kroenke.
it's just business to him. When he shows up, whatever.
That's why
I got the other businesses. We're making money.
He was at the
Gillette
game, by the
people were
way.
the same
Yeah, he
thing. The Fenway group. What was it?
Oh no, they care
Gillette.
more. They care more than.
No, the
Kroenke.
guys before was it Gillette and
Oh.
those guys didn't give a shit. They're just investing.
Yeah.
By the way, LeBron invested like $3 million into
6.5.
6.5 now is worth 35 mil.
I'm still trying to figure
Great
out.
game.
Investment, dude. That was
I saw
like
him
back
at
in
the game.
2011.
I'm still
man.
trying to figure out how that
2018.
works out with that math.
Valuation.
Champions League, dude. It's
Yeah,
two
Champions
TV
League.
rights.
No, I know that,
happening
but
in that time
I mean, they
span.
said it was like what Liverpool was like rated at like $1 billion, and now they're at like 1.65.
Still below United.
But like how they didn't even double. They didn't even double their revenue. So I mean,
Valuation is not just
valuation.
revenue. It's like
stocks.
what your
Liquid,
club is worth.
I know,
as,
but
like,
no,
a
that's what I'm saying. Their
machine.
worth was like $1 billion. Now it's like 1.65
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
like when you say Google is worth 100 billion, like it's
So,
like.
but how
they're
did
not getting 100
LeBron?
billion
How did
in
LeBron
liquid,
stocks go up 5%?
Quick
I
touch.
mean, 5 times
Quick touch.
when they didn't go up one time.
We'll
Quick-
teach you
quick
about
touch.
stocks after the
No,
podcast.
trust me, I know the stock. I know all that.
That's
Yeah.
So why
I know
don't
you're
you
broken
get
now.
it?
Why don't you get
Why don't you get
invested in a stock
I know all about it, so I don't invest.
Pretty.
It's math.
So, okay.
Bournemouth 1, Swansea 0. Swansea here had a chance to rescue their souls, choking the RU brothers. Cowish in this game. Well, Jordan was cowish. He's usually been the one trying to bail out Swansea here. But man, Swansea, it's coming down to that last game, dude. At least there'll be something to watch on Matchday 38 when all those games kick off at the same time.
Hearts will be torn.
I love
from
that shit.
souls,
I love the
man.
last day of the season, man.
It's so great.
I wish they did that more often, but it makes the last day so much more special.
Yeah, man.
Everyone plays all at the same time.
I expected so much more chemistry between the IU brothers. I really did, because that's what I was calling for. It was last year, the year before. I'm like, here we go, get Jordan in here. Come on, they're gonna do work. And now it's like, true, they've only been together for half a year, but it's like, do they know each other?
mediocre.
Have they been introduced?
It's very mediocre, man.
But dude, the Leicester game, man, it was hilarious because it was their last home game of the season, so all the families were there. Like, you parade around the stadium after the last home game. You lose 2-0 to home, you played like shit, and you got guys like Robert Huth who barely plays anymore coming out with the kids. It's like everyone left. Like, it was an empty stadium. It was weird. It was a weird
Weird
feeling around the
atmosphere,
ground.
huh?
Yeah, weird
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah, and they lost 2-0 to West Ham. Mr. Robot Man Koyate, for a lot of people, was man of the match in this one.
I love Kouyaté, man.
Yeah, man, still
Those
sticking
runs,
around.
Those Yaya Toure runs.
David Moyes is showing that. I think he's going to be one of the guys who does stick around with West Ham. One of the
He learned his
managers.
lesson.
Yeah.
He learned his lesson with Everton.
He's gonna start his own thing again.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have to give it to him, because he brought them out of the relegation.
Yeah, you got to give him another season.
Dude,
yeah, if he sucks by December, he'll
And
get dumped.
if you get rid of Joey Hart, I mean, you're looking at like a top 10 season.
Shots.
I don't know why this guy was getting bagged on so hard all season,
Who?
especially in the beginning. You have Marko Arnautovic. He's been the go-to guy since Moyes got in there, and before, man. In September,
No, not before.
Dude, I watched a lot of West Ham games this year, and I watched a lot of Marco. No matter what the game is, he's a bit of a head case. He's a bit hot-headed,
That's
but
why.
he's still gonna ball. He's still gonna try and score goals because he wants to be that
Rest
guy.
in
Like,
glory.
him and Bilic just,
You know?
they hit heads. I mean, it wasn't a good fit. He was not the
I
same
think
player
Bilic's
before
tactics-
Moyes came in.
I think Bilic's tactics were not suited to the team. Clearly, Because whatever Moyes has done is really turning. Because the players have been there. I was questioning the players, but with these players, he has them sitting in 15th, and they look to be safe.
Village system was all based around
Payet.
Payet.
Yeah, give it to Payet. Give it to Dimitri.
But dude, this now it's all through Marco now, and he's the go-to guy. He's the beast.
I think he tried to make Lanzini that next guy, and
Lanzini's
he
nice.
just hasn't been able to live up to that Payet production.
Yeah, man. Can't replace Payet, apparently.
Yeah, he's balling, bro. Payet scored outside foot shots, bro. Like,
by the way,
he's exactly where he should be.
Dimitri Payet on his way to the Europa League final against Madrid.
Oh my God! Did you see that game? Oh my God! I cannot believe that.
Went to extra time.
So it went to extra time, and
tell the people which game you're talking about. Marseille.
The Europa, Marseille, and then Red Bull Salzburg.
Yeah. There you go.
So basically, when it came down to it.
Good test.
Marseille shoots the ball, goes off a Red Bull player. Goes off the Marseille player, and they give it back to Marseille for the corner kick. In extra time, they get the corner. They win the game off of a blown call. True, they should have had like a better defense. They should have had the better. They should have had better. Defense on the corner. But then again, we also have to remember. When a player has the ball go over his foot, or if he makes a dumb mistake and you say, oh, well, he's been playing for 120 minutes. He's tired. So isn't the ref.
Yeah, mentally.
I mean, we brought up before. They're older.
Mm-hmm.
You try to find a professional athlete that doesn't want to be an athlete and wants to be a ref. These guys are world-class athletes. There's a reason why they can do what they do.
Mike Dean's a world-class athlete.
No.
Mike Dean's a world-class athlete.
Just overstepped the boundary
a
little.
World-class.
No, we've already talked about. It. It's a hard thing to find. No, I'm trying to talk. So it's a hard boundary. It's a hard boundary between trying to find someone young enough, who's fit enough to run with them, but also experienced enough.
That's why Michael Oliver is the best in the game. He gives you the best.
Michael Oliver?
Yeah, bro.
What about his sensei?
Howard Webb?
No.
Who are you talking about, man?
Kleinberg.
Come out with it.
Kleinberg.
You forgot about him already?
I did.
No, but he retired. Out of sight, out of mind.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, man, look. Guys, you can't tell me. Come on, man. What's this guy
Dude,
like?
Tom,
Paul
Huss,
Moss
you
or
could
something?
outrun, what's his name?
Mike
You just
Dean.
said it. Mike Dean, right now. You could outwork him right now.
Oh,
But
Bobby
straight.
Madley.
But yeah,
He's not in great shape,
Madley
really.
too, dude. He's got a little pooch running around. Look,
But who has
these
more
guys,
experience?
It's not about. I don't think it's
Experience
about athletic
No.
ability with these
Reffing.
guys, like
Reffing? Him.
world class athletes. I think it's mental, man. The concentration to have 80,000 fans yelling at you, players
You need to be a
around you,
robot.
and you still
Yeah.
make the right call. I think it's more
And after
mental.
running
Dude,
for 2 hours.
Jonathan
dude-
Moss? Doug. Come
Yeah,
on.
he's
yeah,
not
you could
using-
outrun
Come on,
Jonathan
bro.
Moss. Stop it.
John-
No. I'm not saying
world-class athletes. You
no.
got greedy. You got greedy.
But
bro.
like I said,
World-class.
but
Athletes. We're talking about LeBron
Usain
James.
No,
We're talking
Usain
about
Bolt, you know.
Yeah.
No,
let's
no,
talk
no,
about-
no,
let's
no.
talk about
Ronaldo with his abs.
I'm not saying the refs are the world class athletes. I'm saying they have to keep up with world class athletes.
All right,
That's why I'm like, what?
He faking. He moonwalked.
Yeah.
He
No,
moonwalked.
no,
I
no.
said this, not that.
No,
talked about long
listen to
time
recordings.
backdoor.
Listen to recordings.
An hour and 9 minutes.
Why do you think I looked so confused when you guys were talking? Like, what?
Hussey,
That's why I also said
You're
this.
saying that we needed world-class athletes to keep up with these people.
No, what I'm saying is,
athletes.
That's exactly what I said,
and
verbatim.
Yeah.
They're world class.
no, I'm saying
need world-class.
yeah,
What do you want?
No,
What I want
what I'm
is
saying is
world-class
find
athletes.
somebody who is fit enough and experienced enough to keep up with these players.
You know what? If you're fit
just have a
enough, bro,
camera, do the work.
One
It's
on- one
2018.
If you're
line.
fit enough, you're playing the game.
I'll
You're
write
not
that down.
reffing.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not reffing.
That's what I'm saying.
2018,
If you're fit,
this
though, it's
technology, bro. You can ref this game from a cell phone, in my opinion.
From a cell
Watford,
phone?
yeah, dude, just watch it. Like, I can watch
You
a
know,
game right
soon-
here and be like,
soon,
that's a foul.
people from
It's
home
not
will be
foul.
voting on whether it was a
Yeah,
red
dude.
card or a yellow card.
I'd
It'll be
love
like
that.
American Idol.
Watford 2, Newcastle 1. Dude, I didn't see this coming. I was looking at predictions. I think we were all hating on Watford. Not sure why, but they were up 2-0 at some point during this game. So happy for Roberto Pereira, man.
This guy's
dude,
smooth.
so nice. He's absolutely shouldn't be at Watford. I don't know, if I can make the argument for where he should be, but he's definitely the brightest spark on this team, man, with his class.
Ex-wave.
What about Rickarlison when he has his moment to
Oh, you mean Mr.
Corey?
Nap Boy?
Then even Dini at times. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like
Dini.
they all have their moments. That's why Watford has been doing pretty well this season because they're all kind of getting hot streaks at different times.
They had a cold streak for like 10 games.
No, I'm gonna say.
No, we don't talk about that.
Dini showing.
No, Decore sometimes did well in those games. Just
Look,
like he's not an out and out scorer.
They have a decent squad.
Decore needs one more year like this to get himself like a West Ham bump, Everton bump, maybe even Tottenham
West
bump
Brom?
if they decide. West Brom, that'd be awful.
They're staying up. We should put money on this.
Troy Dini, I'm gonna get it out. Troy Dini showing no cojones, missing the PK.
Wow.
That's one ball, and then the second, the follow up with the left foot. That's the other ball. So no balls, man. No cojones.
Arsenal
Troy
revenge.
Dini. Yeah, man.
Oh, I wish he was
Someone
here.
still snapped
I'd say if you'd say it to his face.
Yeah, well, then I'll run away.
Out the window.
Too fast.
Bye.
Too fast.
You'd be like the Roadrunner. Scooby-Doo.
Tell you what,
Outta
I'm
here.
faster than Jonathan Moss.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, because you know how like the Scooby-Doo
Looney
characters
Tunes.
run in place and then they take off?
Who invented it?
Who invented Scooby-Doo?
No, who invented that run in place and then you take off?
Looney Tunes?
Probably.
Roadrunner.
You're asking me, you don't even know the answer?
Oh yeah, you're just combining two different things. I didn't like it.
This is
Dude, we got midweek
I'm just
games.
doing cartoons in general.
That wraps it up for Matchday 37 review. Obviously, if you look at the table, there are a whole bunch of teams with 36s next to their match played. So we got midweek games, man. Still in the relegation battle. While Stoke is knocked out officially, West Brom could make something happen. Swansea could make something happen.
How
Southampton.
did Stoke get relegated before West Brom? Though?
Nuts, bro. Darren Moore.
That's how bad you were. You
Dude,
got relegated before West Brom.
Even if
Jesus.
West Brom get relegated, Darren Moore deserves the job. Let him fight in the championship and
Manager
try to
of the
bring
year.
the team back.
He did more work than Rafa Benitez or Jose, I think, this year. And I think what he did was better.
Undefeated.
Undefeated, for sure.
Dude, Hudders could get pulled in. Southampton is obviously also there. So, like, it's too much to explain all the different scenarios that need to happen. But those 5 teams are still in the relegation battle. And midweek could see 2 of them go down. So we could come to the weekend with no
It's
relegation
good to come down
battle.
close to the wire, man. I hate when the relegation's settled way
Yeah,
early.
Me too.
There's a couple of times it's come down to the last day, actually.
Yeah.
Last time West Brom, I think they were bottom in like 2005. They were bottom, started the last match day, kick off at the same time. By the end of the day, Palace got relegated that year, and West Brom fucking finished in 17th. They got out, so they could do it again, man. Who knows? I'd love to see it.
Who knows, man? And this weekend was the El Clasico. Huss has been taking quiet shots. I've been doing my best to ignore him.
Bum, bum, bum.
But this is Iniesta's final El Clasico. It ends 2-2, keeping Barcelona's unbeaten streak
And
alive.
Coutinho's first.
And Coutinho's first.
Pop that cherry.
Quiet silence.
Yeah.
Well, this was a hell of a Clasico, man.
Physical.
Very
Red
exciting.
cards.
9
Very
cards,
exciting.
8 yellows, 1 red.
CR7 scored. Messi scored.
5 yellows in the first 45. Actually, Sergio Roberto. So 6 cards in the first half. Holy moly.
Yeah, it lived up to the hype. 2-2 overall. Fair. I mean, Barcelona keep their undefeated record in La Liga, having already celebrated winning the league. This was more of a game of pride. Sure. Zidane couldn't afford to rest anyone in a game like this. It's a Clasico, man. You play your big dogs. Unfortunately, CR7 got banged up, man. He was injured. So
He's got 3 weeks.
yeah, we'll see.
He's got 3
if
weeks to recover.
He's going to be able to return in time. Looks like he may be able to, but I was happy to see Gareth Bale in the lineup. We know Zidane's kind of put him on ice. Managed to get himself a banger of a goal.
That was a nice goal.
The blind
Power
man.
Cheryl.
Jesus
Power
Christ.
for my
Freaking
boy
Ter
Sis, for
Stegen
my
had
boy
it.
Asensio.
Yeah, Asensio came in for Ronaldo at halftime. Ronaldo was able to finish the half after that knock. He was limping a little bit, so I think it was a safety precaution thing. He was definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the first goal?
Hold on. By the way,
Go for it.
hold on. In regards to that Cristiano Ronaldo injury, there was a whole bunch of social media videos of Liverpool fans celebrating or reacting, aka celebrating. Woo! You know, because that dude, this guy, you gave up 4 to fucking Roma. You almost lost to Roma. You know, with a 5-2 win. It's ridiculous.
He also scored 7 goals.
Dude, I'm just saying your defending was shocking.
Yeah, I know. It
Against
was.
people like Asensio and Ronaldo.
They also
who were
scored
ruthless.
3 against Barcelona and beat them. And that's one of the best teams in the world. So
I understand.
I mean, Roma at home is a special team.
I understand. But
For them to get out.
You saw that coming. You saw what they did to Barca. You think you'd show up and prepare.
Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes, and then
You know what? Sometimes it's rape.
and then when it comes down to
Sometimes
it,
you-
whatever. They still got out. They're still going to the finals.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the videos, man.
Hey, look, I mean, I know Roma's no Sevilla, but look, when it comes down to Champions League, Liverpool took care of business.
All right.
Will this be was
first
this
goal?
Iniesta's last? Okay,
it was 100%.
Iniesta's last Classico right here. Yeah.
And he's gonna go get that China money, man.
So Luis Suarez had the first goal. It was a great cross by Sergio Roberto. Tom, you want to take it over on the right back there, or the left back of Real Madrid?
The left winger.
Oh.
No, that's Tiki's job.
Oh, the left winger?
To shit all over Marcelo.
Oh, no, I didn't know if you... I thought you hate his positioning, so I didn't know if you want to do that.
Tom said he's the best left back in the world.
He is the best left back in the world.
Best left winger.
Yeah, they play two left wings at Real Madrid.
They overload. They overload.
He's a left back.
Dude, we'll see with Suarez. Salah, they're absolutely going to play that system. You saw it in the second half of this game. Every time Marcelo pushed up, Luis Suarez would go on the side, stand on the touchline, wait for the ball, force Sergio Ramos to make a tackle. Eventually, they changed the system and made it 3-back, dropped Casemiro back so they could cover that play. But, man, if Barcelona had all 11 players on the field, I think it would have been a different result. They would have exposed that side. I mean, right away you could see that was the tactic. Let Marcelo bomb
that's
forward.
What everyone's been doing since Christmas.
That's where the goals
against
come
Madrid.
from,
everyone's been doing this.
I don't know why. I get it.
He's reckless.
He's super reckless, but I also think it's the tactic.
They played through him.
Strategy.
They literally built
you invite that pressure.
But I'm saying
through Marcelo.
But I'm saying that's a weakness because defensively you give up so much. That's a hole you need to fill. That's a Gareth Bale job. They should be building out, or Vicencio. Put Asensio out there.
But
you
he's
shouldn't
that
be
good at
No,
going forward. That's the thing where it's like that. You see, so like you have to pick and choose. I know what he's saying. His that is one of Marcelo's weaknesses. David.
No, like why? I think the big thing that he's saying in the end is that put Marcelo at left mid, and then put a left back,
put someone behind him.
And then put someone behind.
Keep him on the field.
I think that's the big thing that he's saying. Is
he won't be as effective.
No. But he was. They changed to a 3-back system, and they made Marcelo basically a wing back / left forward.
So you want
to? It was perfect. They covered that hole. The problem is they expect Sergio Ramos to play two positions, and when you're playing world-class talent like Barcelona, you can't do that. When you're in a Champions League final where Liverpool could show up, they only need to show up for 90 minutes. It's not a 2-leg final. If it was 2 legs, Real Madrid would probably win it. But it's a 1-day, man. Marcelo is going to be exposed if he's not kept, or at least if Zidane.
Or he's going to expose the other team.
No, he will, but that's always the cover for him. He lets up a goal, but then he scores a goal, so everyone's like, no, he's still the best left back. But it's like, no, dude, why not put a player in that left back position and let Marcelo go forward? I'm not saying Marcelo shouldn't go forward. I'm saying
you put a left
the
back
tactic
there,
is so
take off?
flawed.
I don't mind
who do you take off then?
If they have 3 center backs. Go ahead, House.
Who do you take off if you put a left back there and push him forward?
Bale. Or one of your
I don't know, dude.
Dude, but Bale hasn't played all year and they're doing fine. Look, I like Bale, but let's not pretend Bale is this super important Real Madrid player. There's a reason why
he was today.
Leaving. He absolutely was today.
He was today,
but he's still leaving.
He can change a game.
He's a special player,
and that's not guaranteed. But
look, to pretend Marcelo, like Bale's had not successful, but has had a smooth ride.
Marcelo's one of the guys was like, you pick your poison, man. Does he do more good than bad? Yeah, he does way more good than he does bad. Now, is there a weakness there that can be exposed? 100%.
Absolutely.
But he does more good than bad. And until there's a shift where he does more bad than good, he's the best left back in the world. He's going to give you quality going forward. He's going to be okay defensively, but you're going to need to cover that.
At this point, it's not even about Marcelo. It's about the flaw in the tactics. Zidane literally has a thorn in his side, and he's letting it be exposed. Literally, Suarez did that. Why doesn't he play the 3-back system? I mean, Marcelo wing back like Alonso.
Because then you have to either take someone out of the midfield.
But then it covers your weakness, of course. But they did
but
today.
But are you as strong then?
You are strong. Did you see the end of this game? Real Madrid was all over him. The whole system changed.
Yeah, they're all over because they didn't have full 11 guys. But so we haven't seen them with playing against another team 11v11.
But defensively, they were solid. Let's say that.
Okay, so going forward, you lose something then.
They weren't because Marcelo was still doing the same thing he was doing.
Marcelo will be fine, but will the midfield be?
They were. They absolutely were because you got Kroos and Modric.
You're up a man.
No, but
it's a 1-game off final. Whoever scores the most goals wins.
That's it.
So it suits both teams' tactics. Mm-hmm. They can invite Marcelo. They can lose 1 or 2 goals to Marcelo's wing. He will be responsible for 3. So that's 3 goals. That's a +1, and then whoever else scores.
Let's outscore him.
But also, man, like there's no reason why Zidane can't change.
Salah's staying up. He's not tracking back for that.
Someone is for me.
There's no reason why
someone's gonna have to mark up Marcelo.
Why Zidane can't change the tactic or the formation just a little bit for one game.
One game.
Like, I mean, I've seen him be defensive and put Kovacic on there with Casemiro. Be ultra defensive.
See, playing.
I've seen that happen.
Going from
play Vasquez with his industry and his defensive work rate.
Here's where I disagree with you guys. Going from
Isco.
a back 4 to a back 3, that's completely different. Now, if you go 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, you're able to manage that a little bit more because you're still used to playing with 4 in the back. As soon as you change it up to 3 in a final,
dude, I'm saying there's a reason. There's a reason Real Madrid have struggled in the league, man. They've given up a ton of goals. A lot of them come from that side because the tactic is flawed. It's not even about Marcelo at this point.
So let's say this: Salah does track back. How many times have we seen Liverpool score in transition? Because once that ball is taken away, it either goes to Mane or goes to Firmino, and then you have a straight out sprint between Marcelo and Salah. Who's going to win that?
No, but it's
Salah.
You know what?
I think Salah's going to win that.
I've seen people play 4 in the back, 5 in the back, and Liverpool's still able to counter effectively
that's what I'm saying.
against them.
If Marcelo goes up, I'm thinking
you have to stick to your strengths, mate. You have to play your strengths. And you
Salah versus
leaving your left wing open. Oh, the right wing open is not playing to your strengths, man. It's literally leaving a flaw in your tactic. And they did it all year, and you see it over 38 games what it does. Champions League, they all show up, man. They all show up because
they've ridden their
So we're talking about Champions League right now.
So we're talking about a final where they have 3 weeks to game plan, and they're going to watch all 38 games behind the scenes, and they're going to see there's the spot. And, oh, by the way, we have a potential Ballon d'Or winner playing on that side. It's like you guys are going to give it to Salah and hope Ramos
why live with that risk?
Why live with it? That's all I'm saying. It's one game. Cover Marcelo's ass. That's all I'm saying.
Think about United.
Marcelo.
Think about United.
Because you're the best left back in the world.
You have Ashley Young playing left back, and he just shadowed Salah the entire game.
That's it.
But because once you take Salah out of the game for Liverpool, it becomes a lot
which
harder.
has happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season.
Jose's done it twice.
Yeah.
Because if Ramos comes over and keeps going after Salah 1v1, there's a chance that Ramos might get 2 yellows. You don't know.
Okay, for sure.
Because Salah's that quick.
And by the way, Firmino is a ball-playing genius. So, like, you pull Ramos out to Salah. Salah's not the type of guy to just dribble every time. He makes the right decision 9 out of 10.
Firmino's
now
a
you
genius
go
now.
Firmino.
This is why Mane very well might get 2 goals or something because they're going to forget about him a little bit.
I'm not getting carried away. All I'm saying is there's a hole
on the left
and
back.
you go into the finals, address it. I'm not saying Liverpool's going to win.
I could see this final being like 4-3.
I can wrap this up with a quick stat of both teams. So Liverpool been riding them for years now. Leaky Liverpool, leaking the pool, shit pool, all that stuff. This season, that's for that severe comment. Liverpool goals for 80, goals against 38, and Madrid have conceded 1 more goal than them in the league play, 39, but they've scored 84. So goal difference 45-40, Madrid's favorite. They're very equal, but they've been so inconsistent at the back and just invited so much pressure.
But think about how much better Liverpool have gotten since Van Dijk has got here. Because they let up a lot of those goals in the first half of the season.
But also think about the last 2 games Liverpool
Dude, you guys have still
played.
been giving up clean sheets.
Yeah.
You tied West Brom 2-2.
I'm just saying you play to your strengths, and what your strengths are is if you want to cover Marcelo, sure. But
That's
what
all
you
I'm
don't
saying.
do is you don't turn Marcelo into a defensive fullback. You don't do that.
No, you don't. Agreed.
He's
no one said that. And
But
that's why
you
I
don't
say,
change your entire
and you notice
shape
I always
if
say
you've
he's
been
the
playing a
best
certain
left
way.
mid or left wing. I never say he shouldn't
best
be on the
left back,
pitch.
bro.
Dude, it's either
he does defend, and the position has
Sergio
changed.
Roberto.
The position has
No,
it has
it's different.
changed.
It's different with
The position
him.
has advanced.
Dog, it's different with him. It's different. The position has changed. We see Valencia bombing. We see Ashley Young bombing. We see Bayern bombing. With him, it's different. He's lazy to get back because Zidane is okay with him bombing forward and not covering. Sergio Roberto, literally, they show Marcelo chasing Sergio Roberto, and then he slows down into a jog. What the fuck is left back about that? Nothing.
Dude, you know what
That's
it is?
his primary
It's
job,
because
sprint.
When they have the back 3, Varane, Ramos, and Carvajal, they're playing right back Nacho. And then Marcelo's always past half, almost the whole game. He's in the other half. And what that does, if you're not getting exposed with the ball over the top, you draw in another midfielder, another strike. You're creating, you're making the whole field unbalanced.
But
and that's what Zidane wants, and that's what creates pockets and creativity.
But defensively,
but you're very susceptible.
He's got to recover.
At that
but it's all about
he has to recover
as long as you keep the ball, man.
But
if you're laughing because he's way up the field. You have
But
possession.
Liverpool's happy with you keeping the ball. They just
In
have
their
to
end.
get it to Salah.
That's why it's gonna be one of the
It's a counterattack game.
the last Champions League final between Juve and Madrid. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen in my life, next to Brazil from France 06 World Cup. That Champions League final, end to end, action, goals, crazy. Madrid won.
Dude, all I'm saying,
beautiful. This game,
They're
I think
only
this game,
able to play like that
saying-
because there's a superhero back there. If
all
there wasn't a
I'm
Marvel
saying-
character
end to-
back there in Sergio Ramos, Marcelo wouldn't be getting away with this. But because there's a Marvel character,
But today
back
the
there
Marvel
who's
character,
helping
did
him
you see
out,
against Sergio Roberto? Marvel character tried to shift over to cover
he
Sergio
got drawn
Roberto,
out.
which was what he usually does. Varane chased Messi's run. Who's wide open at that black post? I slipped that one in there.
Black to black.
But man, look, all I'm saying is in this Champions League final, Marcelo's gonna give up a goal. His
all I'm
fault.
saying is
Probably,
he's also gonna score or assist a goal.
Yeah. He'll always make up for it. Draw penalty,
he'll do
score
that
a
too.
goal,
Let's do it.
get an assist.
So should
Put some- put
should
some
we talk
money-
about El
money on this,
Clasico a little
man.
bit? Because we didn't even talk about Marcelo getting pushed in the shoulder, holding his face, going down.
Was that a push in the shoulder?
No, I think it was a little bit more of a hit in the shoulder, but at the same time,
Punch.
I think that was a
minimize
tough
Dude, he got
red
punched.
card.
He got punched in the ear.
It
Or
wasn't the ear.
slapped in the ear. It
Or the
was
fist.
definitely the side of the face. It
I don't know
wasn't
about
the
that.
front.
I thought it was the shoulder.
It was
No
this.
way, man.
It was
That's
like
it.
neck, cheek, ear.
And that's experience
That's
right
it-
there.
that's
He just
enough,
baited
dude.
him into it,
dude.
man.
That
He
saved their game.
baited him
Like,
into it,
bear
bro.
hugged him for a second,
Yeah.
kind of gave him a bit of off-this,
Yeah,
as
man.
they say.
Exactly. Give him a
Sergio
little
Roberto.
extra. Sergi couldn't handle it. And
Hussey-
he bait him in there. That's
Hussey-
experience right there.
bring
Of
up
the
this-
best left back in the world.
Where was he at that position? Left wing.
Hey, man, I'll tell you where he
Best
was against
left
Bayern. I'll tell you where he was. He was
Where?
getting
Getting
them duckets,
exposed.
getting them volleys.
And then-
But
what
he
was
also-
Alaba doing?
But he made it scary.
Missing
Alaba
Benz on that
wasn't
back
playing.
post. What about his positioning? You didn't bring that up. Okay, then.
Let's talk about that goal by Bale, though.
Yeah.
That Gareth
many-
Bale
how many
goal.
goals?
Okay, then.
How many
Okay,
goals?
then.
Let's go. You say okay,
Come
but
on,
fucking-
man. When Marcelo's up,
No, because Tom, literally, fullbacks get caught out of position. Valencia's got caught out of position. Young has. My point is, this guy's chronic, and you're sitting here
Chronic.
acting like Gary Bailey at halftime.
I just
wasn't
don't like
showing
the fact that
highlight
you don't
tape.
consider him a
Guys,
left back.
guys,
I think that's mad
we've talked about
disrespectful,
Marcelo
dog.
for like
That's
25
mad
minutes.
disrespectful.
Go ahead, Huss.
Holy.
He's a left back.
I'm more like a left
What
out.
do you want to talk about?
The Gareth Bale goal.
I thought you were
Real?
talking about Magic School Bus.
No, the great pass by
It's
Asensio.
real.
First timer. Even though the Madrid fans seem to whistle at him, hate him, Bale just shows up, gets that goal.
He tried.
And
man.
if it wasn't for a foul on was it Varane that had the foul
Varane.
against him?
Varane.
Varane, sorry.
Suarez.
Suarez
That was a
takes
foul.
out his leg.
That was
That was a
horrible
simple
mistake.
foul. Come on now.
Basic.
That
Basic.
was
And by the way, that was Gareth Bale's first goal in the Clasico since his derby win in the Copa del Rey when he ran from half.
oh my god, that was
He
awesome.
only has two, man, but
Insane.
two blinders. That's why he's
Meaningful
not
ones.
picked for these games. Doesn't have a good record.
I
Track run.
believe it was some of the Madrid players. I'm not sure if it's Sergio Ramos Ramos specifically has accused Messi of interfering with the referee
At halftime.
Exactly,
You
which
think?
gave Barca the advantage.
Sergio
apparently.
said that.
How would he?
Yeah.
Well, what would he?
Because they got the red card, and then Messi probably called him out at halftime. Because you could see the calls, man. There was a penalty. Marcelo got straight up booted. Booted in the leg. They talking about assistant referees. I still say these guys are linesmen. Unless it happens 2 feet in front of him. And by the way, Bale should have got a red card for that stomp on him. Titi as
Yeah,
well.
that was
right in
vicious.
front of the assistant
Right in front of
referee.
his- why is he not
Why is he an
waving his
assistant
flag?
referee? He's a linesman, man. These guys rarely freaking make a call. Obviously, when it's obvious and they're in the corner
Yeah,
getting
Mike,
bundled.
you gotta say red.
That was pretty obvious.
That was
too.
so obvious.
You guys say red for that one?
Dude, it was a red. Yes,
Yes, it's a
I don't
red.
think. I don't think
I like
Bale.
yellow.
I don't
If
think
that's Messi, I mean, my bad. Yeah, if that's Messi,
that
actually,
happens
that's
on
a
Messi,
red.
yeah.
But because it's Umtiti, a center back,
defender.
defenders don't get love, man. When you get fouled, the ball's rolling out of bounds. He stomped into his leg,
Dude.
and it wasn't like a studs up. He turned his foot sideways, stomped. Now that becomes a weapon, man. That's too much above the
if
knee.
Umtiti's planted, man,
Come on.
that might be a leg break. That's a simple red. Look, I don't think Bale had intention of like breaking the dude's leg. I think he's just trying to get stuck in. But it's dangerous and reckless, dude. That was a simple red card.
Either way, man,
Marcelo getting
intentional
kicked.
to be a red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Absolutely, it's violent conduct.
But okay, even if there wasn't there was a foul or not, the play by Messi getting the ball.
That's
Keep
nice.
going. I'm going to my left.
Double
I'm going to my
hezzies.
left. You
Oh.
know I'm going to my left.
Stop
I'm
it.
still going to my left.
Shirling it.
And
Dope.
I'm going to just, as you say, Shirley. And
Yeah.
Navas is just watching it go in.
He's got the best left foot of all time in the history of left
That's
foots.
safe to say. Safe to say. Absolutely, but
John Honorisa might have something to say about that.
Yeah, right.
underground.
That's a name.
Yeah, but the ref had a bad game, man. But overall, it was a good El Clasico. I'm glad Barcelona's the one who got the red card because it opened up the game a bit more. Should
Real Madrid have gotten it, I think it would have just been a runaway Barca train.
You're looking at 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, I think that red card helped. But the Real Madrid towards the end, man, was all over Barcelona. It was nice to see them struggling in front of their fans. I was impressed, man, with the dead silence when Real Madrid scored. All 100,000 fans just quiet. I was blown away by that. Like, not even a, come on, Barca, you can do it. Like, literally, like, nah, we ain't saying anything for the next 30 seconds.
I mean, Champions League is the only way for Real Madrid to silence Barcelona at the moment. Because if they win the league at this record,
undefeated,
it's like they're making history. Guess what? We're making history too,
3
but
years
at a
in
higher level.
Yeah, very high level.
So they have to win the Champions League now that Barcelona is very likely to go undefeated.
There's
the whole
definitely
year.
More pressure on Madrid than there is Liverpool.
Oh yeah, but you know that kind of helps Liverpool to a point where they're playing with bankers' money right now, the house money.
Yeah,
you are.
It's like Dortmund. You know, Dortmund when they played Bayern, when Götze was the little snake about it.
And there was talk about this game before, if Madrid were going to give them a pasillo, which is a guard of honor in Spain. You know, someone wins the league, you clap them onto the field. Zidane's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, there was beef in November. I forgot the story, but there was beef in November where
the Club World Cup.
Yeah,
Madrid won it. Best club in the world. They played Barca. No respect.
Yeah.
So
he's
like, they decided before we did that about the whole guard of honor. But great to see.
I love that.
No love lost.
Yeah, man.
No love given.
Screw sportsmanship.
No love lost.
Why would I clap?
No,
because
absolutely.
he kicked my ass.
I don't
do that, man. You don't need that.
I wouldn't. No.
What, guard of honor?
No.
Yeah,
well,
man.
there was
Get out
one
of
year.
here.
There was back in 2000.
You wouldn't give any red cards if it was up to you, bro. This
No,
would be like soccer, hockey.
No, there would be some. There would be some red cards, but I mean, I don't know. I just like the old days, the older days.
Rather
not the old
breaking
days.
Maradona's ankle.
Not breaking ankles.
Foul.
Not breaking ankles, but
Dude, that wraps it up.
But a little pushing never hurt.
El Clasico, classic
Push you.
again. 2-2, like we said, Barcelona still undefeated. Dude, world news, massive news. Stevie G, officially Rangers manager. What a perfect place to learn. There is pressure, but it's the Scottish Premier League. Exactly.
Celtic will win, most likely.
Exactly.
Because you're still rebuilding from your
Maybe.
relegation, liquidation bullshit.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, man.
It's a perfect place to learn, man.
Yeah.
It's serious football.
Dude,
it's not high
Brendan
level,
Rodgers.
but it's
Let's
serious.
go.
What's the chances?
Brendan Rodgers versus Stevie
What's the
G?
chances? Stevie G suits back up. Player, coach, player, manager.
No chance.
He'd be the best player in training.
man.
Best
It's
player in
championship,
training,
dude. This is Scottish.
This is lower than the championship,
They get
bro. This is
stuck
like
in like
League
crazy
One.
out
Boy,
there,
talking about
man.
Dundee United, bro.
But-
Talking about my ancestors.
But
You watch
Dundee
your mouth.
FC. Dundee
so
United versus Dundee FC. The
so
Dundee
these are-
Derby,
yeah,
kid.
There was a little flack
Huge
for,
in the 90s.
for Stevie G
Still
leaving the
huge.
youth system, for leaving Liverpool, not going up the ladder there. But I think this is great for Stevie G because there is such a difference between coaching the teenage years and coaching full on adults.
I know where you're going.
Dude, I'm kind of pissed that
Pascal Gross.
I love Gerrard, man. Even though he was a scouse, like I don't know, man, he's a legend.
He
Grew up watching
epitomized-
this guy. He was one. He pulled rabbits out of hats. One of the
Easily
best strikers of the ball I've ever seen in
the
my life.
best volley technique I've ever
But
seen.
I'm irritated. I'm
seriously.
annoyed by the fact that he's got a gig at a great club like Rangers. We can really build this trade where Giggs is now with the Welsh national team. It's like,
That's
dude,
choice.
I know.
That's choice.
It's
Giggs
just-
wanted the big job or nothing, man. He had choice. He could have gone to
Couldn't he
like
went
West
to
Brom.
Swansea as
He could have
well?
gone to Swansea. He didn't want the job, man. He wanted to start at the top. Now going to international. It's
weird.
It's different, man. You don't get to train these players every day. It's luck of the draw. Are you gonna
Maybe
have
it'll be
Gareth
low.
Bale?
He can think enough on it, low intensity, so then you can step into a 38-game campaign.
But he should be at a club like Rangers. You know what I mean? Or like
He should be at United
because-
right after
like-
Fergie retired. Give this guy
Because
the
look,
fucking
we all,
reins. Dude.
I
If
think
Pep
it's
Guardiola can do it,
emotional, bro.
If Jose Enrique can do it, these are former players that know the club.
but
They had
it's
no
different.
experience,
Transitive
dude.
property doesn't work.
They had no experience, dude.
look, the
different.
big thing
I
is
coached the B team for a couple of years. I come inside.
the
Dude,
big
I know,
L.
dude. It's
Emotional.
worth
That's so
something.
casual,
It has
dog.
its way.
I know.
Sorry, Hussey. What?
Well, I'm just saying the big
I'm
difference.
trying to finish the thing.
Okay, then finish it.
I'm trying to talk over here. See him talking?
You've been talking. I've been looking at the clock. It started at like 33. It's in 4 minutes exact, I think.
What did
Leave
you
it
say?
out.
That's so
Leave it
important.
Speed
Go
bump.
ahead.
No, I don't want to say it
That was
anymore.
a bastard
No,
speed
no,
bump.
no. What I'm saying
Cut
is
it.
the big
Cut
difference
it, man.
between
That was
the
a
big
chick
the,
move
the
right
big the big difference between look Giggs and CVG at the moment. We all know they know tactics. They know the game better than
Tactics
all of us
too.
combined. The biggest difference, as I said, it's player management. And playing player management at the international level is totally different than at club level. And that's where Stevie G is going to get the step up on
Absolutely,
Giggs.
man, for sure. Giggs should have found a club somewhere, man.
30 seconds there.
30 seconds.
Since we're keeping track.
That was like 30. That was like 33 seconds.
Fire, bro. Keep
like
setting this microwave.
33 seconds.
See, Hussey, that's because no one cares what you have to say, so no one's gonna go in on you and have a discourse because it's not.
No,
worth
because
it,
there's
so.
no holes in it.
That's why I talked for a couple more minutes because it's.
No, there were no holes.
I can involve people.
Where could you dispute what I said? You were talking about this and that, this and that.
That's why I can't dispute it.
I don't think you were listening to yourself when you were talking.
Yeah, I was unconscious.
You're just spewing it out
I was
there.
unconscious. You're right. Anyway, is that it?
AI over there.
Hey, guy.
Artificial intelligence.
AI. Yeah. Allen Iverson.
I love it.
AI, baby.
That wraps it up for us. Thank you for listening, guys. PFC 241. We'll be back with Matchday 38
Such
reviews,
a dumb
etc.
It's a horrible time of year, man. Even though it's springtime, EPL's over.
Yeah. At least we get World Cup, man.
Yeah,
At least
World
we get
Cup's huge,
something.
but like
dude.
the end of EPL's always,
It's
especially
painful,
when it's
huh?
wrapped up.
Well,
so
there's always
early.
Champions League.
Huh?
I got nothing, Huss. I got nothing. Thanks for listening, guys.
I can't wait to
catch
get
ya.
slapped. Oh Christ! I'll pay money.
7-3.
I'll donate half my paycheck for the rest of my
Marcelo
life
with the
as long
hat
as they
trick.
lose.
Marcelo, best left back in the world.